this thing all in tune here. Oh wow, we're pretty far back up. All right, we are live on Twitch. And oh crap. Trey says that he'll be on at 10:45.
All right, well that's all right. We'll be able to get through the one game. How about
Indeed.
that?
Heck yeah.
Gotta animate. Yo, wait, I gotta animate it.
Go ahead and animate. Go ahead and
Not
animate.
animated.
What are you animating?
I'm just checking some stuff just to make sure everything. Alec Pierce wasn't animated in the picture.
Oh yeah, it was kind of out of order. I meant to tell you about that.
I knew it. He forgot, guys. Jenny forgot. I swear it was him.
Indeed. All right, wait. I gotta close my curtains real quick so my lighting is more evened up.
I have no. This is as good as this is as good as it gets. This right here is as good as it gets.
And if you don't like my style, burn on.
Oh.
All right. What do you say when should we get it rolling, Philip White? Like 10:33?
How about we shoot? Well, it's a specific time, but yeah, I like it.
Cool. Yeah, give people like 3 minutes to hop in here. How we feeling, chat? Big football day. Big things happening. Currently waiting to get it rolling. We're just gonna give people a chance to get in here before we get started up.
Yeah, man, give them a chance.
Exactly. Twitch legend, the real Bucket Main, aka Trey Morley, is gonna be showing up at 10:45. Hopefully, in between that I don't know, the London game, after we get the bye weeks out of the way and Thursday night football. And yeah. Yes, Kathy Smith, 10:33.
Woo!
What?
Woo! It just doesn't stop.
Yeah!
Ballin' in the mix.
Ballers, balling in the mix. I'm a pimp, you a simp.
Na. Dude, I'm excited. I'm an excited fellow.
This is a fire slate of games today, man. Every single one looks like it's going to be competitive.
What? Every single one?
Pretty much. You were saying that last night. We've kind of changed places on this. Because last night I was like,
Tennessee. I think a lot of them are not like Buffalo, Tennessee. That game should be it should be a blowout.
Yeah, you're probably right. But yeah, that game barely counts, bro. Freaking
barely counts. It's a game's a game, man. What about Washington, Carolina?
I remember I was saying I thought that one was going to be a blowout last night, and you were like, "Nah, man, that game's going to be close."
No, that's not what I said.
Yeah, you did.
You're kidding me.
You did say that.
I did not say that about that. I said about Cincy and Cleveland. I didn't say that about.
No, you said that about
Carolina
Washington and Carolina.
Washington.
I was like, dang, all of these
Wrong.
games look. No, let me finish.
Wrong.
Let me finish.
Wrong.
I said, dang, all of these games look competitive except for the Commanders and the Panthers. And you said, no, watch that game be competitive. Mark my words. And I'm marking your words now.
You're putting words in my mouth that I didn't say. That's the exact opposite of marking my words. You're making up my words. You're a word liar.
I need to start recording. I need to start recording all the time to make sure that none of this Gaslighting happens.
This isn't gaslighting. You're just Taff. There's gaslighting, and then there's you being incorrect. You are incorrect here.
All right, we'll deal with this another time. I'll bring this up with you on Tuesday.
It's 10:33.
Yes, I was gonna say it's 10:33. Soon we'll be a minute late if we don't start. Philip White, take it away.
It's 10:33. It's time. It's week 7 in the NFL. We keep it rolling. Listen, week 6 was crazy. Week 7's gonna get even crazier. If you thought last week was good, guess what? We got a massive slate of games. Massive slate. Detroit and Minnesota, NFC North bout. We got Atlanta taking on Seattle. We got Green Bay against the Texans. Late game window. Kansas City taking on San Francisco in a Super Bowl rematch. We have it all. We've got the recap of the Boa Nix Constrictor versus the Spencer Rattler Snake. We've got looking into some London football as well as going on right now over on NFL Network. You can watch that as well while you're watching this. You can multitask. I believe in you. I know what you can do. Let's get rolling. We've got our picks today as well. We've got locks. We got parlays. We got it all. And it's right here on prime time right now. So let's go.
Beautifully said, Philip White. Beautifully said. Again, Trey Morley will be joining us at around 10:45.
That's a big one.
Indeed, big one. Check us out on social media. You know the drill. If you want to join our Discord, type !Discord if you're in Twitch. If you're on YouTube, just give our bio a gander. There's a link in there. Also, here's a little rundown of the GOAT, Trey Morley, Chiefs fan. Kinda strange, but you know we'll give him a mulligan, even though
Yeah. How did that happen?
He's a little
mulligans
Mahomie.
here.
He's a little Mahomie.
He's a little Mahomie, chat.
He wanted to throw that looked a little Mahomie. Also, his career record is 0-0. We will be keeping track. And if you want to come on the show, join the Discord. Send us a message. We'll talk about it. We also take calls. So yeah. And Trey does have a quote of the day. You're gonna have to wait and see about that. And yeah, let's talk about Thursday Night Football, where the Broncos shellacked the New Orleans Saints.
They kind of did. They kind of put the brakes on them. They kind of put the burners, the beat down.
Yeah, they beat the
on
brakes
the young
off.
rookie. Although both these quarterbacks, the thing that came out of this game was both these quarterbacks were not very good. The Rattler Snake and the Boa Nix Constrictor did not look like real snakes. They looked like garden worms in the Superdome. But they looked like rookies. So what do you can only expect so much, but they definitely showed their rookie side on Thursday night.
Yeah, they were looking very rookie-esque in that game, man. You had Bo Nix with what? Actually, well, did Rattler turn the ball over?
Definitely. I had Denver's defense in fantasy, so he definitely turned it over.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember you getting all excited about that. And I was like, how do you have somebody from this game on your fantasy team?
Woo!
Yeah,
Woo!
dude, the Saints have such a lengthy injury report. It's crazy. I feel so bad for Saints fans. Phil will probably be like, oh, they won a Super Bowl in 2009, though, so they deserve every bad thing that comes to them.
No. I'm just a hater.
The reason, well, all right, the little storyline, dude, the Saints started out 2-0, outscoring opponents 93-29. They have now dropped 5 straight. In this game, they were missing starting quarterback Derek Carr, Chris Olave, their wide receiver 1, Rashid Shaheed, their wide receiver 2, had a great season so far this year. And, yeah, it's just like those are your 3 biggest weapons outside of Alvin Kamara. And I'm pretty sure Kamara was even questionable coming into this. And,
He was limited, I think.
Yeah. Which is rough stuff, man.
That is tough sledding for New Orleans. I mean, especially when you look at the start that they had. They were 2-0, balling out on offense. Were able to actually make some plays on defense as well. But there were moments they had opportunities in this game that they kind of let slip. I mean, I think Tyrann Mathieu dropped a clear that should have been an easy interception of Bo Nix. Neither of these quarterbacks played very well. It just happened that one defense cashed in a lot more than the other one did. And, I mean, gosh, New Orleans just couldn't get out of their own way. Cody Barton for Denver was everywhere. He scored a touchdown earlier in the game. It got called back, and then he ended up getting a touchdown later. This defense was swarming. And quietly, it's possible Denver, if they keep this up, if Bo Nix doesn't turn the ball over, if he's able to improve significantly from this week, Denver could be sneaking in as a 7th seed, could be snatching that final playoff spot.
Yeah,
They won 4 of their last 5 games.
Yeah, I wanted to mention that before I passed it over to you. The Broncos, they are 4-3 somehow. Like, I'm still grossed out by that. Like, somehow I feel like the Broncos beating the Jets spelled the beginning of the end. Like, I won't talk about the Jets until we get there. It's a big Jets game tonight. Even the primetime game tonight, my Jets against Philip White's Steelers, gonna be a vibe.
A lot of talk about there too.
For real, with the trades and stuff that happened, Amari Cooper and Devontae.
Russ starting.
What's that face about?
Unlimited diarrhea. Unlimited.
You gotta be unlimited.
You seen that video where he's just going unlimited poop, unlimited diarrhea?
I thought that was like a deep fake. That's real.
I know. I think that's him. I don't know. It might be a deep fake, but it's so funny to just see that video. Unlimited diarrhea. Unlimited.
Oh, Kathy Smith, my mother. Her identity has been exposed. She called me out for not addressing her as my mother. She says. She said, "Is Bill Belichick really going to manage the Cowboys, or is that fake news? Have you heard anything about that?"
Bill Belichick managing the Cowboys? Yeah, that's probably not true yet. I think definitely we'll get into how. I mean, speaking of Cowboys, they actually have their bye week this week, but definitely possible that they move off Mike McCarthy if the season continues the way it is right now in Big D.
In Big D. Let me while we
That's
still
what they call
can.
it, man. They call it Dallas.
That's what they call it.
That's what they call it in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? That's what they call it in Dallas.
That's what they call it in Dallas. Is there a big Jamaican crowd out there?
There might be. There might be. There's a chance. There's a chance.
All right, I'm gonna make sure your video's shaped right before Trey hops in here and we really get rolling.
Let me in. Let me in the fray.
Let me in. All right, there we go. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
All right. Phil, how about in the meantime, do we want to talk about bye weeks or should we preview our fantasy football matchup real quick?
Our fantasy football matchup? I don't get how you're projected to beat me by a point. That's crazy to me. That's ridiculous. You want to pull it up before we hop it full in swing, because if Trey gets in here in a second, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Ballers, balling in the mix.
Balling in the mix.
Yeah, that song is so catchy, man. Song of the day, Ballin' in the Mix by Lil Kiki. We're waiting on Trey Morley currently. He's the GOAT. We're gonna get rolling on game previews once.
I'm looking at. Yeah, dude, I don't know, man. I think my team is gonna ball today.
I don't know, man. Dude,
it's a 50-50, dude. You're like ahead of me by like 0.8. No, just one actually. Literally just one.
Let me know whose team you think is better here. Okay, we have.
You got no back.
I'm on the right. Phil is on the left. Hey, I have Chase Brown. Chase Brown has gotten me 15 points back-to-back weeks.
Oh, nothing compared to Kyron. Nothing compared to my boy Kyron Williams.
I can't read that. I gotta put that on the.
Especially when he's playing the Raiders. Oh, he's got a beautiful matchup.
Oh yeah, he's playing a bad team, but guess who else is playing a bad team? Philip White, Terry
What, Chase
McLaurin,
Brown?
Malik Neighbors,
Oh,
Chase Brown. Everybody on my team's playing a bad team. It seems. It's crazy,
I know
except for the
way.
Niners defense and Justin Tucker.
Niners defense. Dude, I'm telling you, I'm winning this week. I know you think I'm not, but I'm gonna be winning.
I, nah. I don't know.
No.
Chat.
It's coming up
Chet,
dubs.
Who's got the better team? I'm Bull Packworth on the right. Philip White is Kylo Ren Williams.
Kinda sick name though. I know, like Kylo Ren Williams.
Yeah, that's
Dude,
kind of
Kylo
fire.
Ren's
He
gonna
should
go
be
for, like,
Kylo Ren for
30.
Halloween.
That's Kylo. Nah. He doesn't pull off the Adam Driver look. You know, he can get the helmet, but
Yeah, he can get the helmet.
I-
Dude, Kylo Ren's
kinda
helmet,
forget.
pretty badass.
dude, I'm gonna be watching Monday night wicked closely. It's gonna be Kyler Murray.
For
Kyler
real,
Murray's
man.
gonna pull out the dub for me. That's my bet. Kyler's gonna pull off the win. And he's gonna clutch up. He's gonna be fantastic. He's gonna be wonderful, and that's what's gonna happen.
All
It's
right,
just-
I'll take your word for it. I don't, except for the win part. All right,
Gonna win.
it's pretty much 10:45 now, so should we get rolling on these slides? Just catch a little rhythm real quick.
Yeah.
We'll throw Trey in
You're
here
gonna
when he
be
gets
sweating
here.
Buckets come Monday night. You're gonna be sweating buckets.
I'm gonna
when you watch
be I'm gonna be reclined,
point
sitting
forward.
on my couch in the way that you hate when I sit. When I'm like I've got this love seat up in
like-
my apartment where I just recline. Yeah, you can see it. It's right there. I will sit like this, and I am like outstretched but still upright, so it's kind of like I'm laying down, but I'm not actually laying down. For whatever reason, that just makes Phil mad, and it's great.
You look like a mean. You do not look cool.
You look so
dumb.
cool.
Nope. Hey, and guess who made it?
Hey, the
Another.
man, Dr. Buckets.
Finally,
AKA
yeah, get
Bucket
my ass
Man.
out of bed on a Sunday morning to talk some football. How is it going, gentlemen?
Fantastic. You want to throw your cam on so I can get you in here?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah,
Beautiful.
dude, I'm like a grandma when it comes to navigating Discord. Like I
Yeah.
never had the Discord calls, and figuring out Discord is a bitch.
Yeah.
What game y'all looking at right now?
Well, we
We're going for our fantasy teams.
yeah, we were actually spending some time looking at our fantasy matchup this week because we play each other, but we only did Thursday night and then we held off until you got here. Where
I took some time. I have my game picks on. My camera's just loading. Is that because I have OBS open as well?
Oh yeah. If you have your camera running in
fine.
OBS,
I'm not. I'm shutting down OBS. I don't need it.
beautiful. Oh my God, there's two Philip Whites.
There's always that's scary. Actually, I don't know. I don't know if I'd want there to be
Sweet,
two of them.
we're here.
Yo, I see you upgraded the camera. Did
We're
you?
here. That looks smooth.
Very nice, very nice.
Very
Dude, I
nice.
left my headset. I went back up to North Carolina and left my headset there. So I've been like every time I I'm on Xbox now, I have to like call, and that doesn't sound that inconvenient, but mad inconvenient. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
I
down here.
bet.
Put me as like one of the players.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, Spencer Radler might be one of the
Oh, I lost you for a second.
ugliest people I've seen in a while.
Oh, dude, I was
I
thinking
think
the
ugliest
same
NFL player in the
thing.
game is
Spencer Rattler, brother. Spencer Rattler is a goofy. Goofy looking dude? How are you gonna have a ginger afro? I don't know how that happens.
Yeah,
It's kind of
Carolina.
a.
It's
yeah.
crazy.
It's kind of a
I
genetic.
remember the
wonder.
first time I saw DeAnthony Thomas. He was an old shitty receiver for the Chiefs. That motherfucker looked like just like a bug. A bug. Like it was like, I'm sorry, but that's someone I'm avoiding on the street just off the face card. Dude, Jets got a good game today.
Dude, yeah. Phil's a Steelers
yeah.
fan, so the
gonna
yapping
have a
is
lot
going to be going crazy
We're gonna have a lot to talk about, you know.
for real.
You think Devontae Adams is gonna actually Is he even playing yet? I know he did.
Yeah.
He got traded last week. Is he active?
He's playing tonight.
Yeah.
Damn. I mean, he probably is running the same playbook he did with Rodgers and Green Bay. So
Yeah, right. I love him to score a touchdown tonight. Phil wasn't feeling it, but because
not feeling.
it's not even like a mark of like, oh, the Jets are like. It's not like Devontae Adams is going to score a touchdown because the Jets have a good offense. I hate to say it, but they don't. But like, Aaron Rodgers is going to be slinging it to Devontae. Like he could have a wide open Garrett Wilson and still throw it to Devontae in a one-on-one. I think that's just the way old Aaron Rodgers is.
I agree. I bet the under on Kareem Hunt's return game because it was like under 13 yards, and they've been trying to get people into the rotations really quick this season. I feel like, especially with people returning to like familiar quarterbacks or situations or stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But now Kareem Hunt's number one in Kansas City, and I think Devontae Adams will take no time to become the top guy in the Jets. I dropped Mike Williams immediately. I'm a big Mike Williams fan, but Aaron Rodgers already wasn't feeding him the ball, and his job is to be the big one-on-one man.
Mm-hmm.
I just
You just like saw your face on there in the middle of talking.
yeah, dude, I saw what you were doing, and then it was just like me talking to myself, and I was like, all right. But I don't know. Like Aaron Rodgers, I want to like him more than I do. I want my old love for Aaron Rodgers back, and not just because he's a douchebag now. Like he's just kind of washed.
Dude, yeah,
And like you can't be a douchebag and washed.
he's washed
You gotta
and,
pick one.
and a jerk. I've got a lot of words to say about the Jets. I'm going to say a little bit right now. I'll try and hold the rest off until we get to the Sunday night game. But, dude, after he threw that pick to Mike Williams last week at the end of the Bills game, he had a wide open Breece Hall in the flat and just daylight for like 20 yards. Breece Hall, one of the best runners in the league, probably could have gotten the first. In the post game, Aaron Rodgers was like, well, he basically, I forgot what exactly he said, but he basically said Mike
He threw
Williams.
him under the bus.
Yeah, he said Mike Williams ran the wrong route. It's like, dude, oh my God.
Yeah, dude, like I don't know, that's just not leadership mentality. Like,
Not at
again,
all.
I'm obviously not an NFL quarterback, but like you're one of the greats in the game right now. Like you are one of, if not the most respected player in the NFL right now, based off status, based off age, based off like what he's accomplished. So like people are looking to you for that, and then you immediately blame it on your receiver. And even if he did
that
run
you
the wrong route, fuck
underthrew.
you. Don't throw the ball. Like I'm sorry, but
Yeah, exactly.
like I feel like that's the same thing as like Mike Williams coming in was like, that was a dog shit ball. Like that would be unacceptable too.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I'm expecting better
Bro.
from him. I grew up, I feel like we all grew up watching Aaron Rodgers in his prime, and now, I don't know, the
Yeah.
downfall is crazy to me.
Yeah.
I'm very sad about it.
For real, we're all expecting him to be better as a player and as a guy. It's like every chance he gets, he's like, yeah, I'm kind of a jerk. I kind of suck.
Yep.
Yeah, he just doubles down on it now. I
Yeah,
thought it was
he's always-
cool for a second, but
Yeah.
I don't know, like,
Yeah,
too
it's-
much.
Yeah. All right, let's look at these bye weeks, then we'll get into the game previews, then our bets of the day, and then our game predictions of the day.
Okay, good. I wrote down my game predictions yesterday,
Fire.
so I'm
go.
feeling
He's on
interesting.
it.
All right, teams on their bye week. We got the Bears, who are somehow 4-2, and the Cowboys, who are 3-3. But I don't know. That feels like they should be 2-4. Cowboys have. not
Yeah,
been good
you
this year.
said 3-3, and I was surprised. I was like, damn, really?
Mhm.
They got smacked last week.
Yeah, they have a lot of games
Dude,
that
horrible.
feels like they should have lost. On top of that, but all right, y'all ready to get into the first game of the day? Well, actually, the game we're about
I
to
feel
get
like
into is
last week did more teams have bye weeks, or am I tripping? Maybe it just
Yeah.
hit my
Yeah.
fantasy team really hard because I felt like every player. Speaking of which, I gotta double check that.
That's true. I
I
gotta
feel like every player was on bye week for me last week. I nearly pulled out the win, but who did I have? James Cook did not play, and I was
Nope.
very surprised about that because they
Oh,
were like
yeah.
kind of talking about it. and then they weren't, and then he didn't play, and I was like, son of a bitch. But yeah, we got. I need to drop this kicker. My team's not good this year. I'll be the first to say it.
My honestly still
losing
haven't found
record yet.
out.
Very underwhelming.
I still haven't found out, and that probably means my team isn't that good. Wait, did you say you're still undefeated? You're not undefeated.
No, I said I don't have a losing record yet.
Oh,
Neither league.
In both my leagues, I have losing record.
I think I'm 3
I
and
think
3
I'm
in
2
my
and-
league.
Dude, I was like, I needed 10 points last week going into Monday, and I had like the kicker and James Cook. And the kicker got me like 4 points, and James Cook decided to take the fucking week off. So that was big sad. It doesn't help when I had Puka, and then in my other league I had Christian McCaffrey.
Ooh, yeah.
And then I think my biggest hurt has been Tyreek Hill. Like, the QB situation is just abysmal down there now.
Yeah, it's pretty wild how bad a lot of fantasy first-round picks were this year. Like, dude, I mean, CMC hurt. Puka and Cooper. I think Puka was more going early second round. Hurt. And then you have, can't remember if I
CD
said.
Lamb, I don't know
Tyreek,
how's
CD's
his
been
production
good.
been this year.
CD's been good for me. I took him.
I'm happy. I'm happy.
See, I remember CD overall. I heard some stuff like he just doesn't. We can get into it like another time, but something about.
geez.
I guess he is top 10 right now.
Yeah. Yeah, CD's.
Oh, he has
CD's
to.
probably
Like,
top 10.
overall,
The way he gets
or
targeted,
receiver?
bro.
He's top 10 in receivers in one of the leagues. The thing is, though, he's only dropped 20 points twice in 6 weeks, which is kind of, I don't know. I would, where I would have taken him, I would be a little upset with that.
Yeah, I agree. People had him like second or third in a lot of ours.
Yeah, I took
It
him
was
second
like
overall.
Christian McCaffrey, Justin Jefferson, and CeeDee Lamb were like the majority of top 3 picks, I feel like.
Yeah, I don't know if CD's really been second round production this year. But still balls out. Still gets me like I remember last week he had like 17 points in the first half. But all right, let's fly through these good old game previews here. We've got
Yeah, let's
All right.
the England
So,
Sunday
God,
morning
this is
game.
the toilet bowl.
Dude, for real.
I like how you have the weather. That's sick, dude.
Oh
That's
yeah,
sick. I like
appreciate
that
it.
y'all do that. Hell yeah. Production value through the roof.
For real.
Oh,
Shout out Primetime with Tap and Phil.
shout out the production.
Shout
That
out
was
prime
crazy.
time with Taff and Phil.
Man.
I wish I could. I don't even need to use OBS for anything besides starting, but I'd throw this on my stream and put y'all's channel in there.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I just if I have OBS open, I don't think I can use my Discord camera.
Oh yeah.
I'll figure it out next week.
Yeah, for sure.
Figure that out.
There's yeah, like that's confusing to me because yeah, like there is a double stream option, but you can't have your camera open in 2 apps at once. So I don't know. There's probably some YouTube
Nah.
video about it.
Yeah, exactly. It's a problem I will figure out. Not right now.
Indeed. Phil, New England is
Yeah, what's
currently up on the Jags, right? Are they blowing them out?
Wrong.
What's the
That game-
status?
The game switched.
Oh,
up
is it London?
Yeah. Game at half right now. They started up 10-zip. Jacksonville scored a 22 unanswered points. They had a punt return touchdown. Trevor Lawrence is looking better actually. He's like 8 of 9 right now for under 25 yards. Dude, this has
Dang.
been I thought coming into this game, I was looking at this like, dang, Jaguars lead a couple things. Jaguars lead the NFL in drops since Trevor Lawrence got drafted there. They have only forced 2 turnovers, and both of them came last week. And in terms of like the only time New England's dominated the line of scrimmage is since against Cincinnati. So it was like, dang, I really don't like picking this game. I ultimately picked New England, and I'm like, oh yeah, we're doing good. And it's like, oh man, they suck again, you know? Like,
We got our picks locked in.
but it was, this is a tough. This is a fascinating one, just because it feels like Jacksonville, Doug Peterson has to win this game or he's fired.
Yeah,
Like,
or
that's what
he's
this
gonna
game-
lose his job.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. He should probably still lose his job anyway, because I don't think Jacksonville's going anywhere. But if they were to lose this game, I guess, yeah, he would probably moved off. I would have just thought New England would be up more right now on the scoreboard, seeing what Caleb Williams did last week.
Yeah.
I mean, what, 4
I
touchdowns?
am all out on New England. Like this was not a hard pick for me. I didn't even know they were both 1-5. I picked Jacksonville. I do not believe in Drake May right now. I don't think they have any outside talent. I haven't seen anything about New England from the beginning of the season to now to make me change my offseason thought.
Yeah, I think your mic might have. I don't know if something happened with your mic just now. It sounds a little more
mic on?
underwatery. You want to try saying something real quick?
Can you hear me?
Way better.
Is it better?
Yep. But yeah, dude, the best thing the Patriots have had going for them all season, is Drake May's performance last week. Dude threw for like what 3 touchdowns.
He had 3 touchdowns, 2 picks.
3 touchdowns, 2 picks. So for a debut, I remember he was slinging the ball though. He was throwing it deep. But yeah,
I thought I'd be seeing that this week, especially against a Jacksonville team that just doesn't force turnovers all that much. But so far in the first half, not yet.
Every week I expect the Jags to do better than they actually do. At least that's true for this season. Like, dude, I don't know. They have Trevor Lawrence, who's been good. You have Evan Ingram, Travis Etienne. I don't know. I feel like they should be better.
Etienne's
than they
been
are, but they're sitting at
underwhelming,
1-5.
but he has been like I don't know. He did better last year than I thought he would. This year, I need more, but I think that's not his fault. I was
like a
really surprised
systematic
last year
thing.
what they did with Calvin Ridley. I'm a big not believer in Calvin Ridley, and it was last year, right, where he kind of had a little resurgence in Jacksonville.
A little bit. He was kind of boom or bust. I remember I had him in fantasy. Some weeks he would get like 2 points. Some weeks he would get like 30. He definitely did better in Jacksonville than he is doing right now in Tennessee, though. But also,
I mean,
that might not be Calvin Ridley's fault.
last year was his only 1,000-yard season besides 2020, where he had 1,300 with the Falcons, and then he went 280 and then 1,000 again, and this year he's kind of struggling. With Tennessee, I feel like Tennessee is where receivers go to die. That's how I feel about DeAndre Hopkins and Julio Jones.
Yeah.
Dude, DeAndre, everyone right there right now, that offense is so bad, and we'll get to that later. But like last week, Calvin Ridley, 8 targets, not a single grab.
Dang.
Like, not a single catch on 8 targets is not good.
Will Levis.
One rush
was
for
it
9
Rudolph or
yards is
Levis?
crazy.
It was Rudolph. What was it, Rudolph or Levis last week?
Well, actually, Rudolph is, I believe, starting this week.
Oh, okay. Last week
Rudolph's
was
gonna
it? They're both just not good quarterbacks. I feel like the reason those receivers are so bad, they're definitely past their prime, but the reason they're so bad is just because they have Will freaking Levis throwing to them.
Well, I mean, and then before, who was it? It was Tannehill, and Tannehill is all right. Like, he's better. He did better than I thought he would, but still, like, that's not your ideal quarterback situation.
Yeah, right.
Right. It's not great. They didn't really draft the successor either in mind. I think they tried Malik Willis, and then that just wasn't working for them. And then he's actually able to play well in Green Bay for like 2 games.
Yeah,
Wild.
indeed. Pretty wild stuff. All right, moving on to the first.
So I have Jacksonville taking that one, though. I know it's already started, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I already took New England, so I'm probably gonna go. We don't really do picks until we have like the second slide, and then we roll through our picks. Then we just kind of.
Oh, yeah,
Down
games
with whatever.
first.
Yeah.
Y'all show. I'm looking at just like the game day morning shit, and I've got to say, Houston's jerseys last week were so clean. So I don't know if you saw their new
the
like
powder
alternates,
blue ones.
but it's like that's the like secondary color, not like the
yeah.
full one.
Yeah, and it said like H
I don't know,
town
it
across
just
the
popped
chest.
into my head.
Yeah, those jerseys
Yeah.
were fire, man.
Dude, the NFL, I know they took away Color Rush, but I feel like a lot of the alternate jerseys this year have been sick.
The NFL needs to brand their alternate jerseys more. Like, you know, in the NBA, they will have like a formal release date of like all of the extra jerseys that teams get every season. And then in the NFL, like, I didn't even know those jerseys existed until I was watching the Houston game and it was like, oh, they're wearing some cool uniforms today. Like, and they don't have a name.
Yeah, I feel like they always hype it up in the off season and then they wear it like one game, and then it's done. It's
Mm.
just, I don't know.
Yeah,
The NFL could
lost.
do more.
indeed. All right, let's try flying through these real quick. Oh, it's rainy in England.
Oh yeah.
All right, Cincy versus
What?
Cleveland. No Amari Cooper for Cleveland anymore. Cincinnati coming off the win.
Who'd he
against
just
the
get
Giants.
traded to?
Buffalo.
Hello.
That's gonna be nice. That's gonna be nice.
Yeah, love Amari
Vers-
Cooper to score a touchdown
Amari.
today. No L'Jarius Sneed for Tennessee, but let's lock in on this real quick. Yeah, well, not no neighbors. No Cooper for Cleveland. Nick Chubb is coming back, and Joe Burrow.
Is he coming back?
Yep.
He's supposed to
What do
play
we
today.
think his role in that offense is gonna be? Because I've stashed him in both of my fantasy leagues. I
have
need a
stashed-
Superman.
I-
I don't think it's gonna be today.
Yeah, today's not the week. I don't
You
think.
think? I mean,
But do you
I
think
love
they're
Nick
gonna
Chubb
give
today.
him touches? Like, you think they're
Yeah.
gonna give him like 2 touches on a drive,
Yeah,
and then be like, "All right, that's what you're getting today," or do you think they're gonna give him like 5 to 10?
I think traditionally, running backs coming back from injury, it takes like 2 to 4 weeks for them to get back up to speed. But look at the Browns' offense, man. You have Deshaun Watson, who his last week I can't remember the last time dude threw for a touchdown. It's probably 2 weeks ago. But like last week, he threw a low percentage, less than 200 yards. I think they're gonna be feeding Nick Chubb a lot.
Nah, no, not in his first game back.
Yeah, I was about to agree with Philip.
That
I can definitely see it being a lot eventually, but not today. Not
Yeah,
today.
that knee injury was a gruesome one. That's been a whole year. Like they've been taking their time with this. I do not think the game to be feeding him, especially when you consider the fact that if he gets hurt again, like what are you playing for? Like you know what I mean? Like if you want to
Yeah.
take a real shot and get him back and be healthy and have something productive offensively, it's not this week in a divisional bout. It's something you got to take your time with. Maybe 8 to 10
Yeah.
carries. That's what I'm expecting. Like
8 to 10? Yeah. I'm expecting my predictions 3 to 5.
3 to 5.
Yeah, anywhere. It's not. It's
Three
like
to
that's
five
what I-
carries all game.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, isn't this his I know it's at least the second of the same exact injury he's had where he's just destroyed his entire knee. It might be the third,
Yep.
but I'm not as confident speaking on that.
I know for a
Uh,
fact Georgia when he played at Georgia.
Yeah, because I remember they were talking about last year. They were like, "Fuck, dude! Like, it's not just I don't know his exact injury, but he like blew up his knee twice."
Yeah. Yeah, his knees might be cooked. One thing that's interesting though, I feel like I don't know, people like knee injuries as time has gone on are getting less like impactful after they've recovered from the injury. I don't know if it's the tech or like the tech that the doctors have or the athlete himself. But I don't know. I feel like Nick Chubb, I think he's going to be good when he gets back. I mean, you guys saying only 3 to 5 carries, you've kind of convinced me. But I don't know. I feel like, dude, Browns find themselves on the goal line today. Hand it off to Nick Chubb.
Yeah.
Hand it off to Nick Chubb.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. But again, I just don't see a workload in his first game back. I don't see him getting a huge amount of opportunities, not yet. Especially when you consider if Cincinnati is going to actually do what I expect they're going to do, which they should do, is blow out this Cleveland team,
Yep.
then you would expect a lot of passing, right? So the odds are Nick Chubb doesn't get a lot of touches on the ground anyway because he's down a lot of points. So and that is that as well. which
That's true,
contributes to
yeah,
that.
because they'll be throwing the ball if they're down by a lot. But yeah, like I don't. That
Well,
stagnant-
I'm reading now. Jerome Ford, their starting running back, is out,
Oh.
which is that's a big change of Chubb's in practicing, season debut. They have a plan in place for workload. That's kind of what we were talking about. But the starting running back being injured is a completely different situation.
Yeah, that's actually a.
It does change
huge-
the urgency.
Yeah, that's a huge injury.
Yeah.
Maybe Nick Chubb will get more than 5 carries then.
Certainly not impossible.
Let's talk about Cincy real quick. They were what, 1-4. Now clearly they were 1-4 before they beat the Giants. 2-4. If they fall to 2-5, it's really bad. Pretty much every week ever since their 0-3 slide, it's been like, okay, if they lose today, it's really bad. I think the Bengals, they have an opportunity. I mean, you have like Cleveland's down Amari Cooper. Their passing game already wasn't good. Yeah, Browns have won 7 of the last 10, but against the Bengals. But I'm gonna expect
If the Bengals
Joe
lose
Burrow to
today,
lose
it's a
today.
problem.
Oh, totally.
It's
Yep.
like not just because what you were saying of since they're 0-3 start, everyone's waiting like, oh, are they sliding? Like, are they still contenders? What's up? But it's the Cleveland Browns. As you
Yeah.
said, they haven't been able to like get a first down. Like they're playing like a high school team. So if Joe Burrow can't beat that, I'm sorry, but like you have bigger problems in your locker room or something.
Yeah, for
Oh, yeah.
real. Yeah, before
Real coach.
before last game, I remember T. Higgins, I think, had some comment. Yeah, he ended up balling out, but somebody was like, T, ball out for me in fantasy today. And he was like, geez, I wouldn't start me then. Like,
I think it was his first game back when he came back against I think it was Carolina, was it? I think it was like his first game back, and I think that's what he was talking about. That I think either he was going to get slowly worked into the game plan, they weren't expecting a whole lot of targets. Maybe that's what he was talking about. But the last couple of weeks, he's actually been solid. He's been playing a lot more than he has in the past.
yeah, I'm pretty
in terms
sure.
of zone.
Yeah, pretty sure he had like 7 catches on 77 yards last week. So yeah, Bengals are gonna do their thing most likely. Just keep throwing the ball. Joe Burrow, he's looking like Joe Burrow again.
Yeah, but if Cincinnati loses, yikes!
Yeah.
Yikes!
Cleveland might be the worst team in the league today because they've never played without Amari Cooper and their passing game already wasn't that good. All right, y'all ready to move to the next one?
Oh,
I
yeah.
would like to say on this game real quick,
Mm-hmm.
the Bengals and Browns game, even when the Browns went 0-16, they always play them tough. It's like they're not in the same division, right?
Right. No, they
Yeah,
are.
but it all- Are they in the same division?
Yep, they play each other twice a year.
Yeah, okay. Then it's just a good divisional matchup, I feel like. I feel like it's the Chiefs Raiders. Same style of game of no matter how bad or good one is, every time I cut it on, it's close. So
Mm-hmm.
I can see that being a trap for the Bengals. But I still.
We'll
It's
see
the
what
Browns.
happens.
Yeah,
If
for
it
sure.
is a trap though, like it's
It's-
soul crushing.
Yeah, that is
It's
a
so
soul-crushing
frustrating.
trap game. That's like trying to one-up Mike Tomlin in trap games, man.
Yeah.
All right, next up we got Miami versus Indy.
Miami versus Indy. Ugh.
Now, is Anthony Richardson starting today?
Let me double check. I don't get why he's not playing. I really don't. I don't see what in the world this injury is where it feels like he can play. Like he was in pads when he got hurt against Pittsburgh and then hasn't played the last couple of weeks. I'm getting
Yeah.
news that he is going to start this week versus Miami.
Okay.
So that's I mean, the truth is he needs to play so he can get better if you believe he's going to be the franchise quarterback moving forward. But at the same time, he's been cheeks. Like, he's just turned the ball. Like, he's basically Will Levis. I mean, he's not much different.
No, bro is not Will Levis. Well, one thing I
Bro
will
is not
say,
Mayo Man.
played,
very
if
unfortunate.
they, in terms of their level of play, they're very similar. More similar than they're different.
No, dude. I mean, Anthony Richardson can run the ball. Also, one thing that is very unfortunate, frustrating for Anthony Richardson. I remember looking at the stats. His best stretch of football this year, like even like in a small time span, in the first 2 games, pretty sure he got injured in week 3 in his 3rd game of the year. And he had like a couple picks in both of his first 2 games, and he got injured against Pittsburgh. Bro was throwing like 3 for 4, 78 yards, and then he went down. I think it's going to take him a sec to build that momentum up again, catch that rhythm.
Hey, you were talking about the Anthony Richardson versus Will Levis comparison. We got Levis with 700 yards, 5 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. a 70 overall rating. And then we have Anthony Richardson with 650 yards, 3 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 60 overall rating. I'm just gonna put that out there. I did not realize Anthony Richardson was playing at that abysmal level of football.
Yeah, that's atrocious.
That is bad. But 1, 2, 3. He did. He has one less game, but I guess that's the injury you were talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like when you're
Wow.
talking about the passing yardage numbers, but I mean, in the 3 games that he's fully played, he did not have above 50% completion percentage. He was either at it or below it. So obviously needs to play to get better, but ew.
Yeah. Yeah. Very gross numbers from Anthony Richardson. I think everybody was expecting more out of this guy coming into this year.
Exactly.
And with Miami, you know, we know the deal. Tyler Huntley's starting for him. Tyreek Hill's not been able to get it going. And I guess we'll see what happens with this one. This game could be competitive. This is one of the less exciting games of the day for me.
Yeah, I feel like those are usually the closest and hardest to call of just like the boring bad quarterback versus bad quarterback matchups.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
I don't
Jonathan.
know, for me, I always sleep on those games.
Yeah, man, me too. Oh, I just remembered Jonathan Taylor's out for the Colts too.
Always out, bro. Why did
Yeah,
I
for
take
real.
him?
Bro is
Dude,
hurt
Jonathan Taylor
perpetually.
has he burns me a lot. He burns me a lot. Ever since that season he popped off, I feel like I have not gotten my wanted production out of him.
He's like
yeah.
a better version of David Johnson because he's actually still playing. But that was like one big year and then just gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Miami just
God.
pushed the ball down the field in this game, man. I don't get it. Like
Yeah.
their whole offense. I get your quarterbacks out, but your whole offense relies on deep ball play to Waddle and Hill, and they just haven't done it. Like,
Exactly.
At all.
Mhm.
That's what I was thinking. Their play calling for whatever reason totally different than a year ago. Like Miami's best feature, it's like they voluntarily got rid of it. The beauty of their offense is you don't need a good quarterback for it to do well. When they're calling plays in an air raid style, but they just keep handing it off. They're doing like a freaking grinded out style offense, and I don't get it, man. I want them to just literally, it's as simple as send Tyreek and Waddle on slants and mix in some runs with A-Chain. And I mean, it's, you know, there's some intricacies to that, but come on. You have so much talent on this offense. There's no reason that you shouldn't be putting
Yeah,
up
speed
points.
kills. They're not using it.
Yeah, exactly. Well said. Oh yeah, we'll see if Miami can get their head in the game, and if Anthony Richardson is Will Levis or not.
Have y'all seen anything on Tua's potential return?
Oh yeah,
I-
Tua back next week, maybe.
He hopes to play week 8, but dude, his brain is scrambled eggs.
He's still pretty well spoken
Like-
for somebody whose brain is scrambled eggs.
Well, yeah, I get that. I knew he wasn't gonna retire when everyone calls for it, but if it happens again, do you think he'd retire?
That what
Because
would that be?
what was that, number 4?
I was
I
yeah,
think
it's
this
number
what
4.
just happened was number 4.
Yeah,
That's a lot of concussion. That's a lot of brain damage.
for real.
it's a lot, and it's a lot in a short time too. Like it's over
Yeah.
a short
Mhm.
period. Like it's not been like, oh, I had like 10 years ago. It's like, dude, these are happening in like less than half a decade. Like this is
Yeah.
Mhm.
not ideal.
No, not at all.
Not
I just hope he doesn't Antonio Brown himself.
For real.
Yeah.
Watching Tua turn into an Antonio Brown would be ugh.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah.
That's 3 in 3 years because he got 2 in 2022 and then he got this one. So yeah, that's 2 concussions in like roughly 3 years.
And they haven't been good. Like, he's been, like, KO'd for a couple of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember
just-
the first one, he was
A
like,
shock.
yeah, his hands were like doing some
Yeah, he would just...
craziness. He was out. Yeah, maybe Tua will be back next. What's the report on that? Like, he says he hopes to. Is he listed as
It
like
says
questionable?
sources Tua to practice, hopes to play week 8. Still in
If all goes
concussion
well.
protocol. Despite his most recent concussion, plan to attempt to return to playing football is no longer in question. He's 100% playing, but it says all I see is hopeful for week 8. So have they had their bye yet? Yeah, they did last week because I had Tyreek. So I guess that was kind of helpful, but I don't know. If they had another bye week, I feel like that would put them in a lot safer situation.
Yeah, for real.
Right. They need 2 weeks. Like, hey, we're taking the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Hey,
I mean,
can you
they've been
postpone the
taking
game till
every week
next
off
week?
since he got injured, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little break
That's
in between games. Maybe they
fair.
can alternate Tyler Huntley and Tua Tagovailoa. Just give Tua the week off like halfway through the season. Rest him up or something.
I think they really
Yeah.
want to on that field. Tyler Huntley ain't it.
dude.
Maybe
And
if
who was their backup
they need to
before that
put-
they put in the game after he got injured?
Skylar Thompson. They aren't putting Tyler Huntley in a position to succeed, though. That's the thing.
I do agree with what you said about the play calling. I haven't even thought about that, but they really are just not utilizing the weapons they need to.
Yeah. It's very
They need to
interesting.
send deep, yeah.
Yeah, Miami's got to sling it. It's very frustrating because they were one of my favorite teams to watch in the league a year ago, and now it's like we're being bad on purpose or something.
I feel like Denver
Yeah.
almost. Like what Denver used to
Yeah.
be, I feel like Miami is now.
For real.
Like it's just I don't want to watch this team right now. I'd pick someone else. Pick a different game, please.
Yeah, exactly. All right, now to pick a different game. We got Philly
just
against the
segue.
Giants, an underperforming Philly team against a Giants team that, albeit is 2-4, but still doing better than I thought they were gonna do. Malik Neighbors is back. AJ Brown balled out a week ago. What do we think?
This is Philadelphia has been a little underwhelming. I mean, they're the only team in the league that has yet to score in the first quarter, and they barely beat Cleveland last week, and they're expected to be a very good team with the talent that they have around them. AJ Brown was back last week, and yet they still barely won the game. I mean, it was 20-16. You had Nick Sirianni screaming with fans, shaving his head.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
going loco, dude.
I love Nick Sirianni.
Yeah, maybe he's trying to fire his team up, but didn't they also have Devontae Smith out last week?
Last week they may have, but I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think that's.
I'm not saying that's an excuse for the way they've played, but
100%. Like I get it. Like you're down a wide receiver too, but it's again like we said it on the side of Cincinnati. It's Cleveland, and you're at home. Like
yeah, only winning
you're
by 4.
you're barely winning this game. Like you need to, especially when you consider you have Saquon, you have AJ Brown, you have these other players. You just need to be playing at a higher level than the way they are now. It feels like, especially in a game like New York where it's going to be a divisional matchup. We saw the Giants beat them at the end of last year when they started to go on their slide. I don't see how Philadelphia gets off. Like if they get off to a slow start again, then New York's able to take advantage with the defense that they have. I mean, that's going to look a little embarrassing for Sirianni.
Yeah. I love Sirianni's energy, like with him yelling at the at the fans that were like telling him to get out, and then he went out and won the game. But you still do have to beat the Browns by more than 4 points. Maybe
They did have Devontae against Cleveland too. They had them both.
For me, it's hard to gauge just how much losing Jason Kelsey mattered. Because, I mean, the tush push doesn't really work nearly as well anymore. It's not like that's the only play in your playbook.
yeah,
but
it's wild how key he was to that, and I don't think anyone realized it until this season. I'm pretty sure that's the only main lineman they lost, and they were converting on a high percentage of that last year. Like they were talking about changing the rules for the NFL, and now they've tried it a couple times and have been stopped. Like it has been taken out of the guaranteed first down playbooks.
What do you think is the difference between, I guess, last year and this year? Because, I mean, midway through last year, the Eagles went on that, 7-game slide, and they just haven't really fully recovered from that. What is the deal? Because they used to have one of the most reliable offenses in the league. My mom has Jalen Hurts in fantasy, and she's always complaining about him because he's not doing good. He's throwing way more interceptions. They just can't lock in.
I was about to say maybe it's Jalen Hurts. Like you have two wide receiver ones. I think Devontae Smith could be a low wide receiver one in a different team. I don't think he's better than AJ Brown. You have Saquon Barkley, who has shown he's not done playing. Like now that you get him behind anything, he's had a good year.
He looks great.
I like Jalen Hurts. I don't want to say I thought he was better than he is, but I thought he was better than the way he's playing. 100%.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not gonna put it all on his shoulders. I think it could be play calling too. Like as you said, the coach is kind of going crazy. But I'm with the energy. They need a spark because you look at the Eagles on paper, and I have them at 4-1, 5-0. Like I still like when I'm making my game picks in the back of my head, I'm like, oh, it's the Eagles versus Giants. That's easy. But they've put me in a position of like, is it that easy now? Like I don't know. And you have the pieces. I don't know how their defense is. I feel like their defense is notoriously like a 7 out of 10 defense. Like they're very ball hockey every year. But I don't know. Maybe I'm living in the past.
I mean, Darius Slay's on the team, who might be a little over the hill. I know they lost Fletcher Cox. Yeah, Phil. What about the Eagles' defense? Is it good? Is it bad?
Well, they again, like you said, they missed Fletcher Cox. Darius Slay is a little older. They brought back C.J. Gardner-Johnson, and he has not been playing on the same level he played at when he was with the Eagles.
Get him out of here.
Yeah.
I've never been a believer in C.J. Gardner-Johnson, bro. He reminds me of he's the Eli Apple of the Eagles, dude. Like, just running his mouth. And yes, you need that fired up guy. Like that's what made Richard Sherman. But also Richard Sherman used to put people in the ground. Like you game planned for him. C.J. Gardner-Johnson is nowhere near that level to me. And I don't know. I just feel like cornerbacks, ever since Eli Apple ran his mouth and then got smoked, their fame is. It's like the meme of it's like when the quarterback throws a 10-yard over the head pass to the receiver and all the DBs are like, no way, no fly zone. Like, I feel like that's his whole personality of like, look, my guy dropped a wide open pass. You suck. And then you get burned every week. I don't want to hear about him. I don't want him in the discussion of anywhere near elite, let alone fighting for good. Like,
He had like that one good year a few years ago, and then that's just the only thing that's been holding them up. But like, I think their other safety is actually better. I think Blankenship's a better safety than Gardner-Johnson right now by far. They just have, I think what they have is a lot of injuries, and they have a lot of young guys. I mean, you look at there's two of their starting corners are rookies in Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. So you have still a young secondary. You got a decent front in your pass rush, like Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter are good interior linemen, but at the end of the day, if your back end is leaving guys like open by 5 yards of separation, you're cooked. You're done.
I was trying to find their defensive rank, but this isn't at all what that is. But they're 22nd in protecting the quarterback, and apparently a lot of reports are saying it's not the line's fault. They're saying Jalen Hurts is holding onto the ball too long. So do with that what you will, but I can believe it. Like, they have a good line. We all know that. So if they're that low in protecting the passer, I can definitely believe he's just too slow in his decision making.
I could see it.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts has got to pick it back up, man.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. If they don't pick it up, the Giants have a shot to potentially pull off an upset.
Yeah.
I
could see for sure.
Yeah, what?
I don't have
my goat.
the Eagles as a lock in here. I'm trying to not think about them as the Eagles of past as much because they haven't shown me anything changing that this year.
Yeah, right. I mean, to switch it over to the Giants too, all right, Saquon Barkley revenge game for the Eagles. Giants have a good run defense. Brian Burns is questionable for the Giants, but they still have Kayvon Thibodeau. Their run defense is just generally good. Yeah, like a year ago, I would be like Eagles all day. But dude, the Giants are competitive. Like even with no Malik Neighbors. Daniel Jones has been able to have decent games. Pretty sure he didn't do that well a week ago. Oh, yeah, he did not. He got, 22 for 41, 205 yards, an interception, and led the Giants in rushing yards.
Yeah, they need an actual running back.
Mm-hmm.
If only they had one.
Yeah,
If only they
right?
had gotten a running back.
It's wild though, because. One second, I'm about to sneeze. All right, it's gone. Before they had Saquon, I don't remember the two, but it was one of the first like fully tandem running back duos in the league. And like I've been talking about this for a while. Taff, you've heard me talk about this before, but like how there's really no RB1s anymore. Like maybe Kamara, maybe Saquon. You have Saquon there, but like you have a lot of like, even with like when Dalvin Cook and like Josh Jacobs were at their prime, like look at Zeke, him and Tony Pollard became that. Like I just feel, and I know Tony Pollard's no longer on the Cowboys, but all I'm saying is the Giants were like this like mediocre, like 3 to 5 wins a season team with these two running backs. And then they got Saquon, just fed them to the wolves, put them out there immediately. 30 carries a game, 30 carries a game, 30 carries a game, 30 carries a game. Like your knees don't survive 30 carries a game 16 times.
Yeah.
And now they're just back to a tandem of nobodies. Like, I don't know. Maybe someone, every time I say something like that, the nobody ends up getting like 300 fucking yards and they're like, fuck you. But I don't know. I just feel like they're reverting back to their old, worse than mediocre, not the worst team at fighting for the worst team in the NFL ways. Shout out Malik Neighbors, though. I don't watch college football, and that was cool to see a random guy I had never heard the name of pop up and like doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
First round pick.
Dude has been one of like a top 3 receiver in the league this year. With the Giants as a whole, though, I think they're a little bit better than you're giving them credit for. Daniel Jones, I mean, last week I was about to vouch for Daniel Jones, but last week we saw some vintage Danny Dimes. Freaking, barely over 50% completions, a pick, no touchdowns. They need to figure out their running game, but Malik Neighbors is such a freaking catalyst for this offense, man. He is so good. I guess that's like I don't think I have much else to say about the Giants than that, but I think the Giants to me have potential to go like 7-10, between 7 and 10.
I'd have to look at
8.
their schedule. And I think if they win against the Eagles, it says more about the Giants. I don't know. I think it'll say a lot about both teams. I think it will put Philadelphia kind of in that Cincy category of like, or should we start talking about what's going on? And then the Giants could be vying for number 1 in their division.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I think today's game is going to tell me a lot about what I think about them.
Yeah, today this is going to be a great game. So many of these games seem like they're going to be competitive. Even the ones that on paper are snoozes, like the Dolphins and the Colts. Like, I'm expecting a lot of these to be super close. Also, Philly and the Giants, that's just a classic game.
Oh, yeah. Miracle at the Meadowlands stuff right there. Imagine we get another one of those. One of my favorite all-time moments in this rivalry.
For real, dude. Oh, that Deshaun Jackson. Jeez, take me back. That running that
God,
run
I
back he
miss
had.
Deshaun Jackson. Deshaun Jackson was the C.J. Gardner Johnson of wide receivers.
No, Deshaun Jackson.
He was legit.
He was the Deshaun Jackson of wide receivers.
Deshaun Jackson, like below my camera, CJ. I'm just saying, it's same mentality, same. They get people to think they're better than they are with their attitude, but Deshaun Jackson was still that guy. He's a household name because his attitude and his he'd have like 3 90-yard touchdowns a season and then go retire. Again, I love Deshaun Jackson. It's same energy for me, same exact energy. And again, that's an example of that working though. Like he did back it up, and I'm not trying to be a dead horse, but CJ just has it to me.
Bro,
D-Jax is
hates
crazy.
CJ Gardner Johnson.
A little
TJ
game
said
update.
this
Jacksonville 25, New England 10, 1 minute left in the third.
Fire.
Just putting that
Comeback
out there.
season, baby.
Oh my God.
Let's go, Drake May.
Drake May, dude. Drake May looked good
Drake
a week
May
ago.
get fucking benched.
Drake May get benched.
All right, on to the next one. We got game of the day, pretty much. Detroit
Ooh,
and Minnesota.
yeah.
4-1 versus 5-0 in Minnesota. Divisional matchup, correct?
Yep, NFC North.
Look at that. I'm
NFC
learning
North
my
bouts.
divisions.
Yeah, me, I'm on the same thing, Tap. I'm like, maybe. Yeah, I've been
Right.
watching football for fucking 23 years, and I'm like, oh, well, they're not close to each other, but
But I got this gut feeling.
yeah,
Gut
I see
feeling
them
they play in the
a
North.
lot.
But yeah, dude,
Oh.
potential TJ Hawkinson return today for the Vikings. I don't know if that's true or not. He's questionable. Is he playing?
A second. I don't know. I don't have him. No, he's ruled out. Says they ruled him out officially.
Playing this week, injury update. Out latest injury on Vikings. Yeah, I think he's out.
Looks like Hawkins is not gonna. We have to wait another week for Hawkins.
Do we know what injuries? He suffered a torn ACL, MCL against Detroit last December. Interestingly enough. First 4 games, it doesn't look like. I'm not seeing anything like hinting at a return. He's trying to. I think they are being mindful. That's what the Purple Persuasion says on Twitter.
The
And I mean, you're
purple
5-0. You don't have to rush him back.
Purple Persuasion.
Give me some of that purple persuasion. Sounds. Oh my god.
Dude, that sounds like some Zaza.
Yeah,
Yeah, sounds like a
Dude,
that's what
I
thought.
got that
That's
new
what it
Purple
sounds like.
Persuasion.
that sounds like the purple persuasion sounds like a strain from the gas station.
Dude, he's fucking persuaded you to get it. Just leaves.
Dude, this is gonna be such a good game. The thing is, in this game too, one of the big things gonna matter, especially for Sam Darnold. 2 weeks ago, faced a lot of Jets pressure when playing in London. No, Aiden Hutchinson suffered that brutal. I think it was like I hope it's a clean break. It looked really gruesome, but I believe it is. They told it was a broken leg. I don't believe there's any structural damage. Shockingly enough, so he can be back. I think they're say it's possible if the Lions make the Super Bowl, he'd be back for that. But when you talk about a player who accounted for almost half of your pressures, that's a lot of pass rush that you're losing.
That's insane.
Yeah.
48%.
Also, did
of
you see-
pressures.
I don't know about that. Is an insane stat. 48% by yourself on an 11-person defense is wild.
Mhm.
But he immediately went into surgery. Like he went from the field into surgery.
right,
So I don't know how much I would rely on him coming back this year.
Yeah.
I was reading about that. They like got him on the ambulance and rolled him into the ER to get cut open as the game was still going on.
Yeah, it
So
did
that
not
I
look
don't
good.
think is ever a good sign.
Also,
Yeah,
like
'cause-
if they make the Super Bowl, he'll be playing. That contingency has never really been one that's like, oh yeah, he'll definitely play like that one-off game after a whole season of no football.
Yeah, exactly. And it's never really, I've never seen it work out where like it's like the hero's return. Like as we're expecting not much from Nick Chubb today, I think it'd be the same thing. And you like, if they did something, got themselves in a position where they are in the Super Bowl, are you going to mess with that chemistry? Like I get he's good, but he's also rusty and hurt. So like you got to the Super Bowl one way or another, I wouldn't change too much about it.
That's fair. That's a fair point. I thought they would have with the Hassan Reddick being available, I thought maybe the swing for that if he wasn't going to show up in New York, but he showed up.
Oh yeah, Hassan Reddick came to terms.
Yeah, well, he's not playing this week, unfortunately.
Oh,
Well, fortunately, actually, I don't want to face another pass rusher. That'd be annoying.
yeah. But to talk about the offenses in this game, I'm gonna be doing a lot of yapping during the Jets Sunday Night Football. I got a lot to say, dude. How about the quarterback matchup in this one though? Jared Goff last
I'm glad you
week.
said that.
Yeah, dude. Jared Goff last week. I can't remember his exact stats off the top of my head. It was good though. He was like 19 for something, and I don't know. What I love about Jared Goff is he's like, all right, calling him Tim Duncan, massive overstatement. But he's like, no, he's like super diet soda Tim Duncan. He's like Weight Watchers Tim Duncan. He doesn't mess up, bro. He's like OG Anunoby. He doesn't mess up. And the week before that, dude threw a perfect game. 18 for 18. Pretty sure he had a touchdown mixed in there. Then on the Detroit offense, you have David Montgomery, who's been a sure thing to find the end zone every week. Then you look over to the other side. Sam Darnold. What a great story, man. Justin Jefferson.
Story.
Oh. This game's going to be cinema, man. I am fired up.
But no, okay. I have two things to say. Two and a half.
Yes.
Number one, I don't know about all the Tim Duncan talk, but number two though, this rarely happens, and you know how rare this is to happen, Taff. It is the Jared Goff apology tour. I hated Jared Goff in LA. I thought he was just like the Kirk Cousins of LA, like bad Kirk Cousins. I slept on him even after the one, probably to this date, my favorite football game I've ever watched was Rams versus Chiefs. Jared Goff, Mahomes, just shootout all night. I still didn't believe in him. I still don't know if he was worth first overall, but I am so impressed with what he has been doing in Detroit. I really thought he was going to be Sam Darnold, who I will also say this season, perfection. I guess it was just Carolina and the Jets. That would make me see ghosts too. But I shout out Sam Darnold, but really shout out Jared Goff. He is a true QB1 now, and I thought he was kind of a filler. Detroit was going to grab a QB in the draft and then move on. But he has really impressed me, and I very rarely go back on my thoughts about a player, and I have to. I have to with him. I feel like last year he proved me wrong, and then this year he's continuing to prove me wrong.
Indeed.
I do love the coach of the Lions. I think my favorite coach in the league is the coach of the Lions. He just gets everyone fired up. You can tell he wants to win just as much, if not more, than his players.
Yeah, man.
And that's the energy I think Nick Sirianni is kind of trying to replicate in his own little Philadelphia way.
Mm-hmm.
Is it going to work the same? I don't know. But what's the name of the coach? Dan Campbell, right?
Campbell.
Yeah, that's
amazing leadership.
great
Amazing. That
comparison.
would give me +5 charisma stats every game. Just seeing this guy. He's like a dad that wants his sons to play well. He gives that energy of football is family, not the office people are your family, but for real, they go into work and they ride or die for each other.
Yeah, man.
So shout out Jared Goff, little shout out to Sam Darnold, and then I slept on David Montgomery too, and I don't think he's done as much as Goff to change my mind about that, but he's working on it. I'm definitely, as you said, he's a surefire way to find the end zone this year. And I'm impressed. I thought he was gonna. I've always hated Austin Eckler, and I thought he was gonna just be an Austin Eckler.
Yeah. I love the comparison of Sirianni to Dan Campbell, because Sirianni really does wish he was Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
Also, Campbell's play calling is so freaking sick. This guy will go for it on 4th and 1 in his own territory. If he's just really feeling enough. Last week a lineman scored. Lions are awesome, man. I hope they make the Super Bowl.
The Lions are becoming one of my favorite teams to cheer for sure. I really like the energy their program has.
Yeah, they're this is two of the best stories in football in this game, man. You have the Lions who, were so bad for so long. And then you have the Vikings, who nobody expected to be good. Their defense has been making quarterbacks see ghosts all year. Sam Darnold, we already know about the Sam Darnold greatness that's happening. It's just freaking awesome, man.
It looked beautiful.
Indeed. All right, any thoughts on that before we push on to the next one? Dude, I'm so excited for that game.
Outside of Justin Jefferson still being one of the best receivers, right now his ability to destroy man coverage. Yes, he is first in the NFL in yards per catch against man coverage. It's 32 yards per catch against man, and I'm interested to see where the rushing attack of the Detroit Lions is going to attack Minnesota, because when you look at these two teams, I believe it's Detroit who is third in rush success versus Vikings rush success allowed. So you're looking at two teams that are one of the best at running the ball in Detroit and one of the best at stopping the run in Minnesota. It's like unstoppable force meets immovable objects.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see it.
I love it. That's great. And that I feel like that kind of might be the number one thing on Detroit's mind coming into this game. Like, how are we going to pressure Sam Darnold?
Right.
I feel like to maybe account for the loss of Hutchinson, we could see them throwing a lot of blitzes at Minnesota. But honestly,
I can see some safety and corner blitzes mixed up, especially to like throw that off. Like, as you said, Dan Campbell's play calling is very ballsy and very like he adapts to the games pretty well. I can see him pulling, like, I feel like that's more of a Andy Reid thing I see each week watching the Chiefs of just, we don't have, like, besides Chris Jones, we don't have that, like, super strong interior line. So we bring a lot of cornerbacks and safeties down into the box. I can definitely see them. I don't know who their cornerbacks and safeties are, but I can see them putting a little pressure that way. Just trying to mix it up, trying to figure out what works for them. Or maybe their backup's just that guy and they don't lose a step. I don't know, though. 42% of all pressures is a big stat. That's crazy.
Oh my gosh, my mom says my YouTube feed cut out at 11:30. That's why everybody left. Bro, we had 8 people in here. Then 6 people left. I was like, what happened? So
Are you streaming from Discord to YouTube?
I'm streaming from OBS to YouTube and Twitch. But YouTube apparently cut out.
You can stream to YouTube and Twitch at the same time.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
I'm starting doing that.
There's this thing called Restream where you can do that. Let me double check.
Streaming from Discord to YouTube.
Oh yeah,
Good.
I'm streaming.
I'm gonna think about
Hold on,
parlays.
it
I'm
just
looking
cut
at
out for a
David
sec.
Montgomery's
We have a
touchdowns this season. I might have to put a bet in on him scoring a touchdown.
I
A
love
touchdown in
Montgomery.
every game is so good, but will he keep that up? That's just
Yeah.
What is that?
The freaking yeah, I love David Montgomery to score a touchdown. Honestly, I was managing everything. I forgot what I was gonna say. But yeah, Montgomery's just been solid as hell all year. Love that. Yeah. Super dope game. Y'all ready for the next one?
Yeah, let's slide it.
Get a mood rolling. We're only halfway through, dude, and the game started an hour.
Yeah, let's try it. We'll speed run a tiny bit. All right, Seattle versus Atlanta. Another great game, man.
Is that Bijan Robinson?
It is.
Dude, he looks like Lion W. Melly. I would not be friends with him. Oh my god, that's an evil man. That's a man that wants to tear your defense apart and laugh at you. Holy shit.
Dude, he just might.
Dude, he looks like it.
Yeah, he does.
I'm high on him, though. I'm high on him. I
Oh,
like the way he runs.
Oh yeah, Bijan is great, but I love like the running backs that when they get the ball, you can just tell by like the way they're built and the way they move. I mean, this sounds so obvious because it's an NFL player, but like it screams like athlete. Like I saw Sean Tucker for the Bucks last week. Athlete, big dude, fast, crazy, just so entertaining to watch him move, man. Bijan's
That's how I feel about Devontae Smith and Justin Jefferson. Just like two tall, lanky dudes cutting it up down the field like, I don't know, graceful gazelles.
Yeah, man. AJ Brown too. AJ Brown's kind of a freak of nature. He had some catch last week that I saw, and I was like, damn, he is so good.
AJ and DK I put in the same category of those big receivers that are also stupid fast for no reason. Like they're almost like little Gronks. Like like that's how I feel like Julio Jones was always the best at that. That's probably my favorite receiver ever because he was this big, super fast guy. But once the ball got in his hands, like people were like, "Oh shit, that's a 6'3", 6'4" man, 6'2". I don't know, running down my throat." Like pause, but like what the fuck? I would not want to tackle that.
Yeah. Man. Same thing with like Derrick Henry. Those guys are freaks of nature. Another guy.
Yeah, but Derrick Henry is Derrick Henry. Like him and DK, I feel like are in classes of their own at like freak of nature people.
Yeah, man. Another underrated guy who I don't think is in that freak of nature category, but before this season started, I was, I was watching fantasy football videos, and this guy said to draft Kenneth Walker, ran some Kenneth Walker highlights. I was like, dang, how did I not know this guy is an insane athlete? Kenneth Walker, very underrated. Geno's been underperforming for Seattle. And yeah, I'm just interested. The main thing, like when I'm watching this game, what I'm wondering is Atlanta's offense, it seems like they've finally clicked, which is great. I feel like for years I've been saying, when is Atlanta going to figure it out? Seems like they've got it. How is Seattle going to stop them? Because their defense isn't bad. Like,
I did not think Kirk O'Chains was going to perform like he has been in Atlanta. I thought he was going to just be a 7 out of 10 quarterback per usual. But he's stepped it up. Like they have gotten behind him, which I think makes their draft decision to draft a quarterback this past draft even more stupid, because like I think they were kind of gonna phase him in behind Kirk Cousins. But like, how can you bench someone playing like that?
I kind of rock with it, because I mean rookie QBs don't really do well when they're rookies. I mean it's sort of like a similar deal to when the Packers took Jordan Love. I think, if you are a Falcons fan, if I'm a Falcons fan, I see that pick and I'm like, dude, why didn't we take Malik Neighbors or somebody? But it's not a horrible pick, I think. But yeah, 500-yard Kirko, man, crazy.
I think they had more time. I think the Packers did it too early with Jordan Love. I don't think Jordan Love has been good enough to justify how early, because it was 3 years he was behind Rodgers, right? 2? Maybe, but it was more than one.
Oh, 3.
It was 3 years. Mm-hmm. It was a long time. And again, like if I'm doing that for 3 years, I better like this guy better be like, I don't know, a Manning or a Brady or like someone from football royalty for
you can't
take him. Like, oh, I'm gonna start starting this guy in 3 to 4 years. Like that's an entire different college
such an
class.
investment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is another game I'm super looking forward to. Phil, you got any thoughts on this one?
Just that Atlanta's been, like you said, you pretty much nailed everything on the head. Atlanta's been covering. Their offense has looked incredible. I mean, 500 yards against Tampa, followed up by 200 yards against Carolina. They can do pretty much everything they want to. They have a good running back duo with Bijan and Algier. Drake London finally looks like the guy that they wanted to draft. Kyle Pitts has even been active. They need to continue keep that up, and against a Seattle team that doesn't really like, they both these teams do have rookie head coaches, as like rookie defensive head coaches. I'm interested to see how Seattle exactly plans to game plan that. And when I thought about last week, Thursday night, when I watched Seattle San Francisco, DK, I think like he said, it says on the board, 3 catches on 11 targets for only 48 yards, but he had an opportunity to actually have a game, if a couple miscues. I think he had one.
You cut out. He had an opportunity to have a. You had an opportunity to have a massive
he had like
game
a
before.
very. Oh yeah, if so, his toe was out of bounds on a catch. It was like I believe a illegal formation penalty on a long touchdown. He could have had a huge night against San Francisco and could have put Seattle in a position to win that game. But those mental miscues, those little, honestly, is what has Seattle right now at a record after 3-0. If they clean up those mistakes, they can definitely go into Atlanta and find a way to win. But it's going to come down to those.
Yeah,
you're not able to make mistakes against this Atlanta team, not like you could in the past.
Yeah, to me, like, the name of the game for the Seahawks has been unforced errors for Geno, man. And I remember it was either last week or the week before that. Seattle was in a position to win the football game. They were down by 3. They had a 3-and-out. The defense forced a 3-and-out. They get the ball back with like a minute and a half left. They're at like their own 40. It's like, okay, you can send this into overtime. You just need to move the ball like 25 yards down the field. Geno throws a pick into, I think, double coverage, game over. Geno needs to pick it up for Seattle. Just like stop with the unforced errors. Try and channel your inner Jared Tim Duncan Goff, as they call him. And yeah,
Who's they? You.
me.
This is all you.
Everybody's calling him Jared Tim Duncan
You
Goff. What do you
started
mean?
today. When you hear Tim Duncan equals Jared Goff in 15 years, half said it first.
You have no idea how good Jared Goff was.
Dude, that's all I could think of when you made that comparison. I was like, bro, this guy doesn't have any idea how good Tim Duncan is. Old head would be crashing out right now.
Yeah, for real.
You know what? How good Tim Duncan was. Jared Goff side by side is kind of funny.
Yeah, maybe we'll post a picture to the Instagram with a clip of that with like left half Jared Goff's face and right half Tim Duncan's face.
You have no idea how good Tim Duncan was.
All right, speed running.
You have no idea how good prime Detroit Jared Goff was.
Yeah. Dude, Jared Goff really aging like a bourbon, bro. He is just every time. Like Jared Goff always, I don't know, he's just a little bit better than last time for me. Like you said, Trey, I was not a Jared Goff. I was a Jared Goff denier ever since he gave us that boring 3-10 Super Bowl when he was on the Rams.
Yeah, exactly. I always forget they made it to the Super Bowl, and yeah, maybe that's what put me off of him. But I just like, I don't know, maybe it's the fact he looks like Ryan Gosling. Like, just something about him screams like plain Jane ass game.
Yeah, it's like he is to use the term game manager, it feels disrespectful because he's better than that. But it's like he's the best to manage a game ever. He's so good at managing the game.
Yeah, exactly. Just little dink and ducks, 5-10 yards down the field, and then boom, you hit him with a 30 out of nowhere, and you're like, oh shit, this guy plays in the NFL.
Exactly. It's like this guy doesn't make mistakes. Solid as a rock. Next up, another freaking banger game, man. Houston versus Green Bay. I think last week showed me that Green Bay is better than I think they are. I took Arizona over them, and they freaking ran them rampant. I don't even know. Like, they were just killing them. And Green Bay has forced a turnover in every game this year, which is crazy. So, yeah, that's interesting to see with Houston's offense coming to town. Not rainy this time around, unlike last week. But, yeah, another banger game. What do we think?
I like this one. This one's going to be fun. I think you got two quarterbacks who have a lot of different weapons that they're able to utilize. I had underrated Green Bay's receiving core. In that room.
We lost you.
They
You
kinda-
You're cutting out,
underrated.
Phil.
Oh, they had a lot of underrated receivers in that room, but they weren't all. How would I didn't like really anyone in particular, and then all of a sudden, like Jaden Reed is playing awesome football right now. Tucker Kraft comes out of nowhere.
Tucker Kraft, man.
You've got some really nice playmakers there in Green Bay, and then Houston, despite no Nico Collins, last week against New England, Dell and Diggs, they combined for 13 grabs for 134 yards. That's going to be wide receiver one production when you combine the two. They also each grabbed a touchdown against New England. That's going to be what they're going to have to lean on without Nico moving forward against Jordan Love, who is, I think, one of the better upper echelon of quarterbacks in the league. You're talking about second in passing yards. Shut up, man. It's like, shut up. I said it right. I said upper echelon. I always say upper.
That's not echelon. But all right, wait, go on.
But it's second. He's second in passing yards per game. He's first in touchdowns right now. He is putting up big time numbers, and we're gonna see what he can do against this Houston team that is supposed to be pretty good on defense. We know what D'Amico Ryans has coached for that culture. Looking at guys like Will Anderson and Derek Stingley on that defense, those guys are top picks in their respective classes. They're some of the better players at their respective positions. I'm interested to see the pressure rate as well. Houston's a very good team in terms of getting pressure. We brought that up last week when they were taking on Drake May, and it showed. We'll see how it'll show in Green Bay against the Packers and Georgia.
Yeah,
Should be fun.
this is gonna be a fun game, man. Like this game has the vibes of, oh man, it's getting colder. Let me get a big bowl of chili, sit down, and just watch the show. Great defense, great offense. Trey, what do you think about this? You seem to agree with that.
I'm excited. I don't know much about Green Bay this year. I was just looking at their depth chart while you were talking about the receivers. I was looking at their defense. I am been a little disappointed with CJ Stroud. I hopped on that hype train, and I guess the 5-1 record speaks for itself. But just his performance in general, I feel like has been very, not subpar because they're winning, but just like maybe they haven't needed him to have amazing games. But when I'm going to look at his stats real quick. Unless I'm mistaken, it's kind of like doesn't blow me away. He has a lot of yards, but like his highest yardage game was 345, which like is high, but like for your, like, I don't know. I was just very high on the CJ Stroud hype train. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
And he's
I want
still
him to
been
do
good.
better, but he's not doing bad, if that makes sense.
The
I
first
think I
couple,
just set my expectations a little higher.
Yeah, I mean, the first couple of weeks, I sort of felt the same about Houston. Like, okay, like they were a good team. I haven't seen them be dominant yet, and I think we're starting to see that. Like when the Bills, I mean, they've introduced Amari Cooper now, so it'll be interesting to see them play again. But like the Texans looked like the better team against the Bills. They played some run-of-the-mill team and absolutely smoked them. I can't remember who. Phil, do you remember who? New England.
New England.
Yeah, like I remember in that game against New England, I parlayed Texans money line and Joe Mixon to score a touchdown, and like I don't know, it was just like it felt like I was watching a top 3 team in the league, during that game. So I think the Texans have picked it up. I think CJ Stroud's been doing a little bit better than you think too. I don't know though. I don't have the stats in front of me.
He went 230, 260, 215, then 345, 330, and 200. So like his lowest game was 192. I rounded it to 200. But yeah, it's just he's been playing consistently pretty good. Like I would definitely take him over his stat line over hell. Mahomes has been playing horrible. A lot of the quarterbacks this year, I feel like have just been I don't know. Maybe I was expecting more because I feel like we've just had a lot of like high flying quarterback play in the past couple of years. Like not even good, just like lots of yards, lots of touchdowns, lots of interceptions.
We really have.
So he's playing like he has 1,500 yards on the season, 10 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. I'm taking that. So yeah, I was sleeping. But again, all of last year he had 5 interceptions, and he's already one away from that. But he's already halfway to his touchdowns last year. So I guess like he's taking more chances, and we're seeing the good and bad results of it.
Yeah. Man, totally forgot what I was gonna say. I was switching some stuff around. Phil, you got any thoughts on this before we move to the next one? This is another one of my favorite games of today.
I got everything out I need to. I think we can move on. Yeah,
Alrighty.
Yeah.
pretty good.
Tennessee versus Buffalo. Amari Cooper in Buffalo. Tennessee in shambles for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not good.
I don't have much to say on this just because I feel like we all think the same thing. I think Buffalo's going to win. Josh Allen hasn't been throwing his normal 500 interceptions a game.
Yeah.
And I feel like as long as he does that, he's good because he is a good quarterback. He just throws too many picks. And he hasn't been doing that. I mean, they're 4-2. I don't know who they lost to, but
Those are Ravens and the Texans.
and those are two of my higher teams in the league right now.
Yep.
So I think Buffalo is sitting pretty well.
Yeah.
I don't see this being a surprise.
Yeah, I'm expecting a big day from James Cook. Ray Davis is questionable. James Cook is back from injury. Yeah. Expect Buffalo to cook. Phil, you got anything to add?
Go
Go
ahead.
I
ahead.
got all there. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Any?
I slept on James Cook last year because I don't know, he just seemed to play like a very mediocre running game, like a 6.57 out of 10, like not bad but not amazing. And he's been doing good. He's been cooking this year, like no pun intended, but he really has been light field, like looking good.
Yeah, Jimmy
I
Cook.
feel bad for Dalvin Cook. Did Dalvin Cook fall off? Still makes me sad.
Yeah, he had
The
his
Jets
heyday.
did that to him, Jeff.
What'd you say? Oh yeah.
The
God,
Jets did that to him.
it
Dude,
really
he was
is
in his
so
prime. I was
sad.
like, oh, fuck. They got a number 1 running back. They got a top 5 back in the league, and they were like, you're backing up Brees Hall. I'd be pissed.
Yeah, I mean, like bringing him in.
No, you
Well, no, we brought him in when Brees Hall was hurt, and then when Brees Hall was healthy, Brees started starting over him. But Dalvin Cook was not
I
doing
get
good.
it.
We do have the vibes of like the OG Knicks teams, like not the OG, but like the Dark Ages. Like everybody we would bring in would be so bad, but
Look what y'all did that to Le'Veon Bell. Y'all did that
Hey,
to
Le'Veon
Dalvin
Bell is
Cook. I'm
washed.
sure. What? It's because of y'all.
No!
Because of y'all. Yes, bro. I'm sorry, and it was his fault for sitting out and then choosing to go to the fucking Jets. I'm gonna have a resurgence in my career. What?
Yes.
Where his
Oh
whole
my
skill of
God, the
running
dopamine this
is
is giving
sitting
Phil right
behind
now.
the line, picking apart the defense. He's the highest IQ running back ever in our generation. He literally was the only running back sitting there watching shit. You can't do that when the Jets are like, right this way to the fucking runner. Here's the ball. You want that too? And getting lit up. I can't think with half a second at a time. I know his ass can't.
Man.
Y'all killed him. Y'all killed Dalvin Cook.
Hey, no,
Killed
we
Aaron
did,
Rodgers.
We did. Oh my, no. The psychedelics killed Aaron Rodgers. Okay.
Yeah, they were like, you should go to the Jets.
Oh my
And he got
God.
there and was like, what the fuck is this dumpster fire?
Aaron Rodgers. I'm still not fully convinced that Aaron Rodgers didn't
Is
just
here
didn't,
with us?
Didn't just go to the Jets to sabotage them. I mean, he's the owner of the Jets. I saw this in a video. Johnson & Johnson heir Woody Johnson. Aaron Rodgers is anti-vax. The Jets have such a history of being so bad. Aaron Rodgers might have done that to sabotage us.
Conspiracy theory. Can I put a parlay on that conspiracy?
You can't. Well, maybe.
In 5 years, Aaron Rodgers comes out and is like, "Oh, I did that to just destroy an already destroyed team." That's why that doesn't make any sense. They're already bad. They're already bad. He could have sat on his couch
wanted to
and drank
ensure
like
it.
hibiscus fucking tea, and seen them do just as bad as they are and will be. But I
That's true.
digress.
Yeah, we could. I want to have an in-depth conversation about that on the podcast because we can really dive into that. All right, 12:06.
All right,
Next
roll.
one.
This is
Game
another.
of the week.
It's the Panthers. It's the Panthers. That's all I gotta say. The fact they have one win and it was the one win that killed my parlay that week. Get out of here, dude.
Oh,
Like, it's the Panthers. I have no faith,
wait,
and
you
I
said
have
the
no
one
time
win that
for
killed your
bullshit.
parlay. Did you take the Panthers of last week?
No, I took whoever was playing the Panthers as a lock. I was gonna do that all season, and of course, the one time I like my
the
whole
Raiders.
parlay hits. They win. They win.
Oh my gosh. No.
That's tough.
Dude, oh my god.
But yeah,
That was my lock too. That's the first one I clicked. I was like, okay, let me start making my parlay. Saw the Panthers playing, and I was like, they're not winning. Then Vegas was like,
Yeah, you can definitely rest assured take the Commanders today. They're coming off a loss. Tough loss.
yeah.
Very close against the Ravens. The Commanders are freaking awesome, man. They're so fun to watch.
They're awesome offensively.
Yeah.
You know what's cool? I was seeing this earlier. Jaden Daniels is like, you know how he's like not a running quarterback thing. Like he runs, but he's not a running quarterback. He's not like a Vic or a Lamar Jackson. He only really runs when team needs him to, but he's not a runner. He's much more of a pocket passer than the previous two. Like I feel.
He's already got
His
the trust
accuracy
of
is
his
through the
coach, too,
charts.
which is awesome. Like
Yeah, like his ability to be able to call plays, right?
Yeah. Like that clip where he noticed that that the defense was running man. He like broke off some run, and when he's running back to the huddle, he ran past his coach and he was like, "Yo, they're running man. Let's take a shot." And
Yep.
than they did, and he threw for a deep touchdown. Like, this guy is awesome.
High football IQ.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So yeah,
But it's just so fascinating to see. Like he runs, but
For real.
he's clearly not a runner. Like he's not. He's only doing it when he absolutely needs to, and it's not like he's in the vein of like a Lamar Jackson or a Michael Vick type of scrambling quarterback. It's different. It looks different.
yeah.
It feels much more.
I
like a
agree.
pocket passer.
It doesn't feel forced.
Right. Exactly.
I feel like he runs to extend the play, not because it's designed runs most of the time.
Indeed.
It's
Like he.
But yeah, I have nothing left to say on the Panthers or Washington.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
if
we
y'all
all
got
know how
thought.
that one's gonna go.
And get that shit out of my screen.
And then we have Las Vegas against the Rams. Sean McVay and the Rams coming off a bye week against a team that's starting Aiden O'Connell.
1-4 is
For
what?
real, I thought the same thing. I was expecting 2-3 when we were setting it up. Like, yeah, still no Cooper or Puka. Cooper is questionable for this one. I don't think he's coming back. Yeah, Kyron Williams has been having a good year. I expect. This is a game that could be competitive. But honestly, dude, Sean McVay is just such a good coach. Coming off a bye week, he's had 2 weeks to game plan for this against a team that sort of doesn't have a clear identity. They just lost Devontae. I mean, it's not like he was playing anyway, but
And I mean, yeah, who's their wide receiver one? I mean, their main target's their rookie tight end Brock Bowers, and then their wide receiver one's Jacoby Myers. Like,
and who's dealing with a back injury? Is that it?
it was an injury. I think he's out too because I
Oh.
had to remove him from the lineup. So I believe. Let's see, Jacoby Myers. Yeah, ankle. It's an ankle injury.
Yeah. Hang it up,
Hang it up.
Rams.
The Toodle is crazy. This should be just a Rams win. I
Yeah.
think this is like the Rams start to get going a little bit. Start
Yeah.
actually winning games that they're supposed to win.
That stat that you have written down, Vegas turned the ball over 12 times in the last 6 weeks.
Yeah, that's too.
Brother.
That's not
It's
good.
too much.
Yeah, that is.
Not only that, on defense too, they missed tackles. Like according to PFF, week 1 they missed 9, week 2 16, week 3 12 missed tackles, week 4 12 missed tackles, week 5 17
Holy
missed tackles,
crap.
week 6 against Pittsburgh's offense, you're missing 13 tackles against that Pittsburgh offense. It doesn't change anything at all, bruh. Your defense sucks.
Yeah, bro, give me Kyron Williams to score a touchdown today. That's
Put it
That's
on.
wild. I definitely doing that before the 1:00 games kick off. Oh my gosh. All right.
What?
Next up, Kyron Williams
Williams,
to score a
TB.
touchdown. Raiders have missed double-digit tackles every week except for week 1. So
And even then, it
running
was 9.
back Kyron Williams, still missing receivers for LA. Yeah, I love Kyron Williams to have a day.
Okay.
All right, next up, we got Kansas City versus San Fran. Trey's Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
Trey,
This is going to be a good game.
How are you
This is-
feeling?
I think it's a win. I hate the way Mahomes has played this year.
Every time I
like,
switch to your
I-
face,
I
I'm trying
think
to
Dude, I was so excited for our offense this year. I was excited for Hollywood Brown, Pacheco, Xavier Worthy, and Rashee Rice. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
And so now we're out Pacheco, Rashee Rice, and Hollywood Brown. I think we can still get it done. Xavier Worthy's really stepped up. I think Kelsey can be really big in this game. But I also think Kittle can be really big in this game, too. We have been horrendous guarding the tight end this year. You saw that with the first game of the year with Likely from the Ravens, and it's just continued all of our games. We're not squeezing out, but they're not very Chiefs football, kind of like what we were talking about with Miami. I think Mahomes has just been too careless with the ball, and it will come down to if San Francisco can force and then convert on turnovers.
Yeah, I like it. For
Yeah, 6 touchdowns, 6 interceptions is gross.
Yeah. Also, you have
I do think our secondary is gonna have a really good matchup with their receivers because they have Debo and Brandon Ayuk, but I don't know. Our secondary has just been nice. We lost the Jarius Sneed. I'm sad about that. Every time the Chiefs get an insane quarterback tandem, we always let one go. So we still have Trent McDuffie. He's locked down. We still have Reed at safety. He's locked down.
McDuffie's a baller.
But I think it'll come out to the wide receiver, whoever McDuffie's not on. I think as the danger to have a big game. Unfortunately,
yeah,
I think
so,
I would put money on Kittle though.
mhm.
I think Kittle's gonna have a big game.
Yeah, Kittle to score a touchdown or just get some yards, man, because he's gonna be.
I'm definitely gonna check his over.
Mhm. Yeah, should be a good game. Another thing to think about: injuries on both sides, man. You still have no CMC for San Fran, of course, but they have such a good system. It's like whoever they put in at running back will.
Mason,
look
yeah,
great.
Mason's been killing it.
Mason, and then there was
Right.
this guy named Guerrero last week,
Red-
and he got 99 yards on 10 carries. It's like if you play behind that San Fran offensive line, you'll get 10 yards per carry somehow.
Yeah.
And then Chiefs, of course, they're missing Rashee Rice. They're missing Isaiah Pacheco. So that's interesting stuff. I don't know.
Next man up mentality. If San
Indeed.
Francisco's got a really, I think San Francisco could not necessarily in trouble because they still have a great roster. Still find a way into the playoffs. But when you talk about, we've always talked about that stretch that they have where they got to play Buffalo later. They got to play Dallas next week. We'll see what that looks like. They've got some tough games overall to play throughout their teams that are supposed to be good. So you gotta start getting momentum now while you can, because it's not gonna get any easier. November for like Thanksgiving, December, Christmas time. It's gonna be a tough sled for the San Francisco 49ers if they don't get their momentum at some
Exactly.
point.
Yeah, right. Like I guess the other headline for this game is that this is a Super Bowl rematch. The Niners clearly need this one more than the Chiefs do. Yeah, it should be another good game, man. All like these games have that classic fall vibe to them, man. I love it. Like
Now we're getting into the meat of the season where it's like, okay, you're starting to get a feel. Is this team still good? Is the team bad, good now, vice versa? And then you're like, okay, like you can really start telling the matchups.
exactly.
Like again, some you can't. Like we were talking about New York and we were talking about the Eagles earlier, but it just we're starting to have more like active data, and I like that.
Yeah, man.
Right.
It's not like
Definitely
this
makes the
team's-
games more interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, there's just so much more to go off of now. All right, we'll move on to the next one. That's another great game.
Before we move on real quick,
Oh.
that San Fran schedule, you got KC, you got Dallas, you have Tampa, you have Green Bay, you have Buffalo on there, you got Detroit on there. Like that's a first place schedule, and right now you being 3-3 does not look good, especially with two of those losses being division.
Yeah, you gotta take what you can get, and this for sure is not an easy one. Trying to hand a team their first loss of the year, but
Right.
yeah, I think it's gonna be a hell of a game, man. Yeah. All right, on to the next one. Sunday night football, baby. My Jets against Philip White's Steelers. All right, who should go first on this one, Phil? What do you think? You think I should take the lead, or should you?
I know you've got a bunch of stuff. You couldn't. Yeah, you were talking about
Just
like
hold it on. He's trying to be
Yeah.
polite. Let it rip.
He's trying to be
Go ahead.
polite.
you had it on
Get outta
slide
here.
4. Let's go.
Speak,
Let's
man.
All right. Honestly,
speak on your
I'm always gonna hype up my team. On the podcast, man, you heard me. I was ripping into the Jets. I was already kind of grumpy because of all the technical difficulties from before. But Aaron Rodgers, we just gave you Devontae Adams, man. This freaking comfort situation that we have provided to you, this is the last straw. This is the last straw. Oh, I'm so good. I'm Aaron Rodgers. Trade everybody I've ever played with to the team. But, all right. Win. Please. Just win, bro. That's... all right. The Steelers are starting Russ. Yeah, I think that's all I gotta say about the Jets, man. We need this win bad. Falling to 2-5 is just risky business, man. It's risky business. You just switched it to
not,
Russell Wilson. Wait, did you just change that, or was I just not looking at the slide too hard?
No, I had it up there.
Oh, okay.
I didn't pull any magic. It chose me. Yeah. Here's my thing. Why are we starting Russell Wilson right now? I'm not saying Justin Fields is perfect, but why? I mean, this is a prime. Why are we just now doing this against the does have genuine pass rushing abilities with our offensive line that's not even fully healthy? I don't understand where it's coming from Tomlin. Like, you sent me the picture of what Sean Elliott, Steelers safety, posted of, I think it was Tomlin, and he was photoshopped to look like Osama, and I was like, what does that mean? What does that
Osama bin
mean? What
Tomlin.
kind of... Yeah,
Dude,
what is...
I was about to say that Osama bin Tomlin.
what happened? I'm stunned. I like, dude, that's insane. And now us starting Russ, it just feels like bad timing. If this offense, if this offense comes in and drops 30 and is clean with Russ, then fine, I take it all back. But everything I'm looking at is telling me this is not an ideal scenario. This is not something I would do right now if you have Justin Fields, who's playing not great. He's playing better than he did in Chicago.
They're
Still
4-2. They're 4-2.
Yeah.
Like, that's my thing of, like, I agree with you. Like, I don't know. We didn't see Russ knock anyone's socks off in Denver. He hasn't been its prime Seattle Seahawks Russell Wilson in several years now.
Yep.
I feel like the only situation I can see this happening is, number one, a quarterback coming from injury, which I don't think is the case here. We all know that's not the case. Justin Fields, he's not been playing great, but 4-2 speaks for itself. I feel like wins are wins are wins are wins. But yeah, I feel like it'd have to be I'm picking up Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, I'm trying to think, Josh Allen, like someone like that to make this decision at this point in the season. This seems kind of like a desperation thing, and desperation at 4-2 is just a bad call to me. I don't understand.
Yeah.
I always see the memes of Mike Tomlin's going a little too far from 500 because like he's so consistently has the winning record, but
yeah, it's like I gotta get 9 and 8.
4-2 is 4-2. Like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix
disagree with Philip. I think this is just. I wish I knew their reasoning behind it because I can't see any.
The only reason I would think is because they did name him the starter officially. So the idea is, if he's healthy, when he's back, he starts. I don't see the logic there. Not in this case. Not when you're not when you have something. You're not going to fix this offense overnight. The offense is far from perfect, but making this kind of a quarterback swap is not.
Making this kind of a quarterback swap is not. You cut out.
Gonna fix it. Not gonna fix it.
It doesn't seem
not
optimal.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not like Justin Fields has been playing so bad. Like, this guy's been playing the most collected football of his career.
He's just
Right.
he's just playing a little bit above average.
Yeah.
He's not really
But
the
that's
reason.
enough. Like, that's they're at 4-2. That's what I don't get. Of
Exactly.
like, yeah, you want better, but do you need is the risk to get that perfect? Let's say the risk to get 6-0 instead of 4-2 worth potentially being 2-4 or 0-6? Like, no, not to me.
Yeah, I agree. All right, it is 12:22. Do we have any closing thoughts on this game? And then we're gonna do the Monday night games and then move into the second segment of the show.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
I've got nothing else, man. It befuddles me that this decision was made. That Russ is starting. That's all. That's it.
Yeah.
Frustrated.
Phil seems a little nervous. He's a little scared.
Oh, I'm not scared of Rodgers. I'm scared of Russ
Sounds
being
pissed.
bad.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm pissed, bro. I'm frustrated. I ain't scared of no airplane.
I'm feeling good. Man.
Ooh, this might
Yeah.
be game of the week for me.
Monday night.
I it's not the Jared Goff return tour, but it's pretty close. I hated on Baker Mayfield his whole career. even the year he started, where everyone was like, "Oh, he's gonna win Rookie of the Year." I think he started like 3 or 4 games in the Brown season, brought him either a little above or a little below 500. Maybe they made the playoffs. I don't remember that much. But then he went to Panthers, didn't like him there, didn't like him in Tampa Bay. But this year he's really stepped up. Like, he has been showing he's that guy. And I'll need this plus another half season of this production for him to get the Jared Goff apology treatment.
Yeah.
But still, he's not looking bad. He's making the offense look good. Like, if you showed me this matchup a year ago, I'd be like, Baltimore, duh.
Mhm.
But the mix of Baltimore having, like, I don't know what their other loss besides the Chiefs was, but they're playing like Baltimore. They're running the ball a lot. They're winning games. Derrick Henry's looking like a fucking monster. I'm
Dude,
so happy.
Vintage Derrick Henry.
I was scared they were going to Dalvin Cook him, but it's Baltimore, not New York. So I guess those fears were for naught. But yeah, this might be my favorite game of the week.
Yeah, Derrick Henry is just one of those freaking guys, man. Like, every time I watch him, I'm so happy that I'm enjoying this moment while he's still good.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, last week for the Bucks, dude, offensive freaking juggernaut last week, man. I don't know if it's a product of the Saints just constantly giving them the ball back. It was like who can keep up? And it was like midway through the third quarter, the Saints just ran out of gas. It was like 27-24 Bucks at one point. It might have been that going into halftime. Maybe it was 24-21. I think it was 27-24. And then eventually the Bucks just ended up putting up 51 points. The Saints still put up 27, but they just couldn't keep up. So yeah, 2 high-powered offenses in this one, man. Seems like it's going to be awesome. Super entertaining game. Phil.
Yeah, I love it. I just love it, man. You got one of the best rushing offenses. You got Baker Mayfield playing incredibly high level. Lamar Jackson actually now looks like he's playing as a guy who should be getting an MVP.
Yeah, right.
It looks really fun. I'm excited for this one. That's all I gotta say. I'm excited to see just what Tampa has in store. I'm excited to see what Baltimore continues to do with Derrick Henry. Seeing some of the best players play. You got Mike Evans in this game, who's a Hall of Famer. Derrick Henry's Jackson's status.
You could
Also,
Derrick Henry's gonna.
Paul, you got Hall of Famers just playing this game. You got a couple of them. You got Mike Evans, who's I think certified, getting in there. Derrick Henry's getting in. Lamar's playing tonight. It's going to be a fun one. And on one note, if you want to place an anytime touchdown parlay to make money with history, Mark Andrews needs 1 touchdown to break a tie with Todd Heap for the most in franchise history.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Crazy, I know. A little cool. So if you want to bet and make history, and there's anytime Mark touchdown, you know.
Yeah.
It could happen on prime time. It would make sense. It makes sense for a Monday night show.
Yeah, that's true. I like that. And now this week we have 2 Monday night games. Chargers.
Yeah, Monday night for 2.
Chargers versus Arizona. Arizona, you know, I have such a soft spot for Arizona because my first team ever was the Larry Fitzgerald, Kurt Warner Cardinals. That's why I picked them last week against the Packers. It did not go well. I think I have been acting like they're way better than they actually are. There's 2 teams I'm kind of confused about, man. The Chargers find themselves at 3-2. What do y'all think of either of these teams?
Justin Herbert doesn't get the credit he deserves in the fact that it's his receivers fucking. Every week I see incredible drops from them. And again, every week it's the only fan base talking about interceptions need to be a wide receiver stat as well. It's just, dude, I like Justin Herbert. I think his development is so stunted by his receiving options. And like he hasn't really had great receiving options his whole career. He had 1 year, maybe 2 with Keenan Allen and Mike Williams both. But I don't know. Mike Williams was on the hurt train. He was boom or bust. And his decision making isn't that great, but I like Justin Herbert. I'm a big believer in Justin Herbert, but I think this is my last year being on that bus ride. I just feel like it's been the same thing. He came in super competitive, super like I expected Baker Mayfield and him progression to be switched like this year. I think they're just playing like I thought the opposite would.
Yeah. I feel like Justin Herbert internally, he's like that Homelander meme where he's like in the subway station, he's just like this guy has gone through so much suffering. It is
Yeah.
first Brandon Staley. I remember like when it really when I realized like, oh God, Justin Herbert is like a good quarterback in a horrible situation. You know, like there was a small stretch of time where I was like, dang, maybe the Justin Herbert hype was just fake. But I remember overtime game last season. Can't remember who it was against. It's the Chargers get to start overtime with the ball. What they do on all 3 downs on their first set of downs is they throw it like 10, 15 or more yards beyond the first down marker. Like, what are we doing, guys? And then they get a 3
Just
and
like
out,
not trying to
punt
work it out.
lose the
Yeah.
game. And then you have that. Now he's got a reliable coach, a quality coach in Harbaugh. And
Hardball.
yeah, I guess if he can get some receivers in there, he'll be cooking. I want to see Justin Herbert win.
Gosh.
Good old Josh. What?
He's yeah, I just need to see more. Like again, I agree with you with the wide receiver, not enough talent there yet, or guys aren't fully developed enough yet to get actual legitimate passing yards. Like they are basically still just Michigan. Like they're Michigan. They don't have enough weapons on offense right now, so they have to be very much a run first team. And it works on some teams, and other teams it won't be as effective because they're actually going to be able to move the ball, and they're going to be able to control the clock a little better than you in those situations. You lack good wide receiver play.
Indeed.
Yeah, I completely agree.
All right, it is.
Speaking of which, though, Marvin Harrison Jr. has been going crazy for Arizona, and
made
I'm
some
really
big
liking that he's panning out. I know he was hurt last week, but
Yeah, he should be back this week.
Yeah, he's
after
back
his
this week.
concussion.
yeah, I don't think it was supposed to be anything big. I didn't even know he was out until
Yeah, that's
he was
strange.
playing against me in fantasy and put up 0.
Strange, yeah.
But yeah, that's all I got for this one.
Yeah. All right. It is 12:30. We're gonna fly through these game picks. This is the fun part. You know, we've done the previews. We've got.
I'm gonna step away for 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
Okay, word.
Word.
We'll call
Fuel
it a quick intermission, and then we're gonna fly through this. Oh, what just happened? Oh,
I think his cam turned. Oh, his cam turned off because when he muted, so I guess his
Yeah.
cam turned off.
all right. We'll just put it on slide
It should-
only
it
for
should-
now. And
should go back.
yeah. What'd you say?
It should go back to it normally once he comes back and gets his camera on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the prime
Viewers.
time.
Oh, Dindalls. I don't know if you're still in here. I don't know how long ago you sent that chat, but what's good, bro? How you feeling?
How you feeling?
How you
Where
feeling?
it
How
at?
you feeling? I'm very
What's the
excited to
weight?
get these picks. Rip these picks off.
Dolls, what up, dude? Justin Jefferson's gonna kick ass today.
Good old Dindalls. Justin Jefferson. Yeah, I love Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, I'm about to get a Justin. Yeah, maybe he makes another. I'm just thinking about
What
that.
if
Funny.
what if he got a touchdown? Yo, preview for
What
the
if-
triple touchdown theory? Preview for the triple
Oh,
touchdown theory?
Oh, do you need me to write down your picks when we do them, or do you have a pen?
We back.
We back. Hell yeah.
Word.
I can type them down in my note. Actually, no, I'll just run over there and grab a pen real quick. I should have done that while Trey was gone. But yeah, all right. I'm gonna be back in like 2 seconds. I just gotta grab a pen from my big bowl of pens in the other room.
One.
You know, every kitchen gotta.
Every kitchen's got to have a pen.
Every kitchen's got to have a pen drawer or a random drawer with a bunch of shit in it.
Dude, it's like most drawers.
All
I think, for me. Have an
Yeah.
office
All
drawer,
right,
just
ladies
like,
and
"Yep,
gents.
need a rubber band. Go to the random drawer.
The big kahuna, the ninth wonder of the world, the pick segment plus the triple touchdown theory. Let's run it. All right, and if you want to join the Discord, hop in there. You can type in !Discord in chat, and it'll give you a link to join it. If you're on YouTube, click on our channel, hit the link in the bio. If you're vibing with what we're doing, don't be afraid to like and subscribe. It's free, helps more people see us and what we're doing. So yeah, that'd be freaking awesome. All right.
Hell yeah.
Yes, sir. All right, let's do this. We got there's that. The primetime picks of the day. We've got everybody who's come on the show's faces up there. And
Yeah, I did send you a pic. I'm glad you had one. I woke up and I was like, fuck.
yeah, I just
Myself
ripped
a little night last night.
Yeah, I just ripped a picture from your Instagram, the one with the pirate
Yeah,
hat
I
goes hard.
was looking at that. I was like, oh shit, that's Big Gas Gorilla. Sick.
Yeah,
Tight.
tight.
All right.
The locks. So first off, we got Phil.
Los Angeles.
Yeah, Phil, you want to take the lead on this? I remember last week you freaking blew me away with this analysis, man.
I'm gonna run it. Los Angeles -7 versus the Raiders, slamming that, and I'm telling you why. If Pittsburgh can move this ball with Najee Harris in his sweatpants, Kyron Williams is about to go off. You're gonna have Kyron Williams. Cooper Kupp, I believe, is questionable, but if he plays, he could play. And if not, guess what? Guys like Jordan Whittington have stepped up for the Rams, and Rams are off bye, and it's Sean McVay. Sean McVay's going to have the guys prepped. He's going to have them ready. They're going to take them out, and they're going to win by more than 7 points against the Raiders, especially at home. Even though they don't really have home field advantage, but it's not important because Matt Stafford is simply just miles ahead of Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew combined.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, listen, some other times I like
Oh, we lost
a
you.
player. I love a guy. And
Okay.
I love my... Oh, hold on.
No,
I
you like
love
a player?
Alec Pierce. I love Alec Pierce. Alec Pierce is a banger. He's playing Miami, and guess what his over is on yards? 24 and a half. 24 and a half yards. His average yards per catch is up near the 8. He is leading the league in yards per catch. He gets one big catch. He's a deep ball guy. Boom. And you know what? Let me dive in. Watch me do this little dive in right here, and you're about to see somebody cook. Last week, listen, he didn't get any catches. You know they're going to want that at home against the Miami defense. But look at this. He's hit that total 4 times out of 60. That is a 60% success rate. And you talk about the yards per catch. In the game against Jacksonville, 44 yards per catch. Bears, 1 catch, 44 yards. 41.7 yards per catch in week 1 against Houston. This guy's a deep ball threat. 1 catch, he's going over that total. Lock it in.
I love it, man. Love it. That I gotta put that pick in before 1 o'clock. Yeah, Alec Pierce, 24 and a half yards. That is cheap.
Yeah.
Now, the prime time touchdown trifecta. First off, we got the man, Justin Jefferson. Khaki dog called it. He's at -110. Playing Detroit. You gotta. Big game, you got to expect that ball to be getting slung around, man. And who else but the wide receiver one of the best guys in football in what should be a competitive game. Next up, we got Amari Cooper. He's at a +200. Debuting for the Bills against a Tennessee team that... Can we confirm whether or not L'Jarius Sneed is playing? Because if L'Jarius Sneed, I mean, we know he's dealing with an injury, which is huge. And it's going to be, I feel like this game to me is going to have a similar vibe to Texans-Patriots from the other week. Like,
Inactive. Officially inactive for Sunday's game again.
Lock it up, man. Amari Cooper, you just know, I feel like Josh Allen's going to be looking for him. First game, he's going to want to get him involved. He's missed having a wide receiver one. Also, especially like a wide receiver one that he doesn't hate nonetheless. You could tell Stephon Diggs and him were beefing. And all right, third leg, we got Terry McLaurin against Carolina, man. Another wide receiver one in a blowout game, man. Yeah, I'm expecting Jaden Daniels, to have the ball a lot. I don't think Carolina's going to be holding on to the ball super frequently for long periods of time. And Jaden Daniels is just a smart quarterback, and Terry McLaurin knows how to get open. So, yeah. There it is, folks, and this pays out. $10. This pays out $107 when you put down 10. I'm definitely running with this. Love this. And yeah, you will definitely know how this parlay goes. We will be yapping about it for sure.
Yeah, when it hits.
Yeah, when it hits the touchdown trifecta, or in the words of Diamond, the triple touchdown theory. This is a triple touchdown. It's a triple touchdown fact. We are.
It's a triple touchdown guarantee.
Oh yeah. You
All
heard
right.
it here first.
And now 12:38. We're gonna need to rapid fire these game picks, but we should be able to. Oh yeah, quick flex real quick. I know we got to rush, dude. We look way smarter than we actually are on this slide.
Dude, I was looking at these stats when you were sending me the shit. I was like, holy shit, they actually have a really high percentage. Dude, I'm about to hit every game this week. Make a parlay from it.
Love it.
Oh shoot.
All of my picks. All of my
All
picks.
in
It's cash
shot.
money, baby. You've heard my analysis. Top tier.
All in his shot.
Dude, Trey's been cooking. He's been coming with the stats, man. And we also cooked up a slide for you. Your debut on the show.
I appreciate the shout out.
Yes, sir.
Quote of the day is go follow Bucketman on Twitch. We
Yes,
are
sir.
with Taff Primetime, Phil Primetime, the two Primetime boys. Primetime with Taff and Phil and Taff. Put it forward, put it backward. Coming out of Tampa, I appreciate the boys for having me on the show. I will be back. They can't get rid of me. I'll leak the Discord.
Beautiful.
But I appreciate y'all for having me on there. I'm glad we could make this work. This
Yes,
is very good. Very
of
good.
course. Hopefully,
Blue stand, no question mark, all gas, no brakes. You know it. You heard it
Indeed.
here first, second, third, fourth, fifth, all of them.
Not 5, not 6, not 7.
Nice. 7, 8.
Oh, also,
Nah.
my mom just sent me a screenshot. She just put in the touchdown trifecta parlay. She's riding.
Yeah. While you were talking about it, I did too. Here we go. Here we go. And then I made a 7-leg one for my game picks because I'm not putting in the not locks. You know, we're here to make big. Bang.
Beautiful.
God, I hope
And
I hit a bet today.
I'm pretty
I
sure.
see.
Pretty sure Trey's Twitch Bucket Main is linked in. It's linked below the stream. So yeah, hit his page on there on
Yes,
Twitch.
sir.
Um,
Comedy and gaming, NFL analysis when it's Sundays. I appreciate the shout out.
yes, sir. All right, first pick of the day. We're gonna need to fly through this. 12:40. 20 minutes to rip this off. Jags Pats, that already happened. Who won that?
I got that.
I
wrong.
had Jags. You can see in the
I mean,
notes.
I totally had Jags. I totally had Jags, guys. I
Yeah,
swear.
right.
I swear I had Jags. You swear?
I did not. I forgot to pick this game. So we'll just flip a coin. But all right, next one. We got Lions Vikings starting off with a heater, man. Trey, who you got in this one?
I got Detroit. I praised Jared Goff earlier. They are not looking unstoppable, but they're looking better than I think the Vikings are. And I think that this is going to be a good game, though. 5-0, 4-1. I think it's the
dude.
best combined record out of all games this Sunday,
Yep.
unless I'm mistaken. But I'm excited for this one. Don't think I put any money on it because I expect it to be a tight game. Sam Darnold's looking nice. But what about y'all?
I'm right
Phil, you
there
go
with
ahead.
you. I like Detroit in this one too.
Oh,
I love the way they
man.
took it to Dallas, the way they're going on the road, take out the Vikings. Look, I think I like Minnesota, but look, Detroit, they step up for games like this. They play well. They played pretty well pretty much every single opponent they played last week. The divisional rival matchup. This, I think, sets the stone for who really is. Because I like Minnesota, but I don't know if they're looking at the Super Bowl the way Detroit Lions are. I'm going to take the Lions in this one.
Mm-hmm. All Khaki Dog says Vikings. You know,
Ooh.
Detroit all
Ooh.
around. It's just it's too boring, man. Detroit doesn't have Aiden
Okay.
Hutchinson. Detroit.
Toss it up and be wrong, Tab.
Let him
After that,
cook.
man, let me get my lead up on you a little bit.
Yeah,
Oh.
boost our percentages.
Is it,
Win.
Trey, so
Come on, bro.
whoever has a lower pick percentage at the end of this year, me or Phil, owes the other drinks at a bar for a night.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's not too much, but it's enough to be like, oh, I gotta be right.
Yeah, right.
That's good.
Yeah,
I like a little pain shot.
Yeah, right. Like it's kind of
Wentz go
scary.
up there.
'Cause-
Let me get 3 bottles of your finest Hennessy.
yeah, right. Let me get shots for the whole bar.
What's your oldest Scotch?
Yeah.
What's your name? It's on him.
Yeah.
I'd just be looking at you with like the sad Eeyore face.
Oh.
God, I don't know.
I'd be
if
like,
I
should
want-
have picked better, son. Should have picked the Lions.
Yeah, give me the Vikings. I'm going with the Vikings. It was a toss
Okay.
up.
Okay.
You're here first.
All right.
All
I
right,
gotta
man.
catch up because I'm 3% behind Phil right now, and every week that 1% per game, like the value of a game goes down the more games we pick. So I gotta differ, man.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
If that's how you cope.
All right, next up we got Titans Bills. I'm sure we know where we're going with this, right?
Let's go Buffalo.
Give me Buffalo, though. Yo, if I say Titans, I don't like winning. We get like
Yeah,
I
right.
don't know about y'all, but this is a game I definitely put in my parlay because I'm very confident in my answer.
Yeah. I mean, the Bills are gonna cook. Spread's 8.5.
Bill smoke.
Um,
That could have been the.
all right, on to the next one. Phil, are you writing down your picks?
Yeah, I got my picks and I've already have all my picks written down.
Oh, sick. All right.
Yeah, we came prepared.
Oh yeah, you already have all your picks. I was about to ask you.
Picking on.
I was about
Picking
to
on the
explain to
fly.
you, like, yes,
Yes,
on the
sir.
hell yeah. I was about to explain to you that, like, so one dope thing that we're gonna do, every time people come on the show and they do their picks, we're gonna save their record, so the next time they come on, we can point out how they picked last time.
Yeah. I'm glad. I was thinking y'all should do something like that. I'm not pulling a LeBron James. I was really thinking that. I was like, oh shit. I'd love to see my record. I was gonna do it for myself if y'all didn't.
Yeah.
I was gonna come up with my 16-0.
Yeah. Trey about 4 months ago was like, yo, it'd be
right.
so dope if Taff and Phil had this show called Prime Time with Taff and Phil.
Yeah. I built this shit.
Yeah. All right, next.
All right. Are
next
we on
up.
to the next one?
Yes, sir. Dolphins, Colts. Trey, who you got?
I got Miami. I'm scared about this one too. We've been talking. I liked the points we brought up earlier. I'm still leading Miami. That quarterback situation is just so scary. I didn't like Hundley in Green Bay. I don't like any backup quarterback starting, but I don't know. Jonathan Taylor out. Fresh off a bye week, could be good, could be bad. I like the coach down there. So I think he'll be smart enough to hopefully, I don't know, as we said, the play calling's been iffy this year.
Indeed.
But I got Miami locked in.
I do. Well, I also like Miami off a bye. I think they're gonna fix some things. If Mike McDaniel knows what he's doing, he's gonna fix some things. They're gonna go fast track in Lucas Oil Stadium, indoor. This is Miami's sort of wheelhouse. Playing indoors, playing on fast turf. They're gonna win. I think they're gonna find a way to pull this one out.
Y'all are wild, man. Yeah, no Jonathan Taylor is just too massive, man. But God, the Dolphins have just been so bad.
See, that's why I wrote my picks down before. Because I would go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, especially after talking about the pros and cons of each team.
Yeah, right. I've got to start doing
seat
that
now.
I am.
Yeah.
Give me the Colts, man. I just don't think Miami improves to 3-3.
I don't hate that. I don't hate that.
What'd you say?
I don't think you're right, but I don't hate that. Like, this is one of those games this week where toss it up either way.
Yeah. Philip White, the way Philip White just looked, he was like, bro, get your wallet ready.
Somebody give me my money.
You're telling me
Long
my
night.
money. All right, this is another one of my favorite games of this week. Seahawks, Falcons. Trey, who you got?
Got Falcons. Give me Bijan. Give me Kirk O'Chains. I don't know if y'all saw his post-game interview the other day, but Atlanta has entered that man's blood, and he is going to get back to the city today. Mark in your calendars.
Yeah, Kirk fits right in Atlanta, man.
1, 2.
Also, my guy Drake London. What a baller. That's it.
I agree.
I'm still not very high on him, but he's been outperforming my expectations. So anyone that does that deserves a little bit of praise.
Yeah, it's like he's finally caught fire. I would say more, but we gotta fly through these. Phil, what you think?
Yep.
Atlanta, baby, I'm rolling with Trey again. I mean, dude, we
Yeah.
just
Have y'all connected on every single one?
Yeah, I was wondering that. I wonder if me and Phil are going to have the same picks. I don't know.
London game we differed, but that game had. I mean, I had Jags.
Yeah. Yo, record that.
Yeah.
Wait, hey, check.
Yeah,
Record that.
everybody, look at this guy.
I have the Jags. I swear.
That's crying. Swatted house. Dude, putting the big camera on while crying is crazy. He said, let's zoom in on it.
Yeah, zoom in on his face.
Dude,
All right,
that's
He's crying. He's
fun.
crying.
All
Trey's crying.
I've got the Falcons
Happy you
too.
got-
I got the
Okay,
Falcons in
good,
this
good.
one too.
Yeah.
The Seahawks, they kind of beat themselves. There's no reason that I think that's going to change.
Geno Smith is the epitome of mid to me. Like, I don't see anything impressed me from them this year.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we got Houston, Green Bay. Ooh, wow. This one gets me giddy, man. I'm hype about this one. Trey, you were talking about CJ Stroud not impressing you earlier. Who you got?
Me, Houston, baby. I'm on the CJ Stroud hype train
Oh
still.
man.
Damn.
Jordan Love always. Every time I talk bad on him, he does amazing, and then I'm like, oh, maybe he might be good, and then he goes back to the Jordan Love I know, and I'd say no one love. I mean, does anyone really? love Jordan Love?
Wow.
But yeah, give me Houston. I'm expecting big things from CJ Stroud. I'm expecting a high-scoring game for some reason. I don't know. I want the
sure.
Stephon Diggs, CJ Stroud connection to hit there. I really like y'all's points on the Packers wide receivers actually blowing expectations out of the water. I had to Google a lot of their names, and I know I haven't been paying enough attention when I have to do that. So I am a little more interested in this game after our conversation than I was, but I'm still rocking with Houston.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Fair enough.
I like it. Phil, who you got? Packers by
Oh
the way
man,
you
Trey, I thought
reacted,
you were
right?
gonna pick Green Bay. I thought we would have differed here because I have Houston as well.
Dude,
I thought you were reacting that way because you had Green Bay. That's funny.
No, I thought you were gonna pick Green Bay though. Nah, I like Houston in this one. I think that they have. Listen, I like both these quarterbacks are really fascinating to me. But again, like you said, dude, Love just I don't know. When to trust him, when to not. I think the game where he gets after a bit. Oh, am I cut out?
Yeah, just a little bit. But we got you back.
Yeah, it was like Houston. Houston's got good pressure, man. I think Jordan Love. Listen, no quarterback likes pressure, and Jordan Love, who's had his fair share of turnovers, I think Houston's gonna capitalize. I think they're gonna snatch a win in Green Bay.
Yep.
I think so as well. I like the Texans in this one. I do.
all locked in.
I love Green Bay to get an interception, though. CJ Stroud to throw a pick today.
I'm with that. He's thrown a pick. What's he have? He has 4 interceptions on the year, 2 in one game. I could see it going either way,
Yeah. All right, next up.
interception-wise, but I have Houston in this for sure.
Heck yeah. All right, next up, we got Bengals Browns. Trey, who you got?
Give me Cincy. If Cincy doesn't make it, as we said, I think that's the first one we talked about today. If Cincinnati doesn't make it happen today, I don't see them making it happen like the way they want to for the rest of the season. I think this is a boom or bust game for them, and I hope they know that.
Yeah. I'm with you. Phil, who you got? Is it Bengals
Same.
all around?
Keep it rolling, man.
Yeah, no way we're taking the Browns.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be Bengals all around.
All
I
right.
got no shot. I'm taking Cleveland. Not a chance.
All right, next up, Eagles Giants. Who we got? This is another fun game, man. Oh my gosh. Trey, who you got?
I want to double check, but I'm pretty sure I have. Maybe I didn't pick this one. I'm gonna go Eagles. I'm gonna go Eagles. I don't believe in the Giants that much. Malik Neighbors, you said, did it say he's returning? Hold up, go
Malik
back to
Neighbors is returning.
Is he playing or okay? Yeah, that could make it a little better. I think hopefully the Eagles are starting to find that stride. We were talking about Sirianni going crazy. Hopefully that energy will bring them a win today. I'm not super locked in on it, but I really like the not return of Devonta Smith, but his second game back, he grabbed a touchdown coming off a bye, coming off an injury. I have him grabbing another one today. AJ Brown's up there. I have to go Eagles.
Yeah. Alrighty. Phil, who you got?
I have Eagles here as well. I think that they are just overall the more talented team, and I think last week should be a wake up call. Not how well they played against Cleveland. They should play better this week against the.
Taff, how you feeling?
Dude, this is a divisional game. You know, let's say like you
They're
don't
always
have the
tight.
history.
They're always tight.
Yeah. Like you don't have like say if you take away the history of these close Eagles Giants games, give me the Eagles any day of the week. Like you slap a different logo and location on the Giants, I would say give me the Eagles. But man, Malik Neighbors is back. The Eagles haven't quite figured it out. Give me the Giants.
No. Okay. I don't hate that.
Yeah, that's solid.
I would
Like
like to put in a little PSA for y'all and the listeners. There's 6 minutes until kickoff, so put your bets in now if you haven't. I've been doing it during the show,
For sure.
but that happened to me last week. I was driving back to Florida, and we were driving through South Carolina, and as soon as I crossed the border, he was like, "Sports betting's illegal in this state. No parlays for you." So make sure you make your bets now while we're talking, so we don't have to like speed rush through our picks.
For sure. Let me double check the Twitch stream real quick. I think we might have lost connection on there. Let's see. Oh no, we're good. My thing was just glitching out. All right. Next up, flying through these. Also, wait. I think actually,
Wait, Pac, did
real
you
quick,
take-
I'm
Pac,
gonna
did you take
throw my
Colts?
parlay together real quick. I took
Wait, did you take it?
I took the Colts.
Okay. Sure.
I
Recording all of ours.
gotta bet on the locks real quick. Would you guys care if we?
I do.
ran
I
to,
bet
like,
on the locks. I
105
bet
or
on triple
110?
touchdown theory. I bet on Kareem Hunt over. I think he's what's he listed at? His over is like 40 yards. I have him going over. I have a parlay with the Bengals, Texans, Dolphins, Eagles, Falcons, Bills, and Commanders winning. And then I have another parlay with the locks and triple touchdown theory.
Nice. All right.
Then I just have one that's like if I lose everything else, it'll make me back a little money with the Washington winning, Bengals winning, and Panthers winning. I think those are the easiest games of this week.
I like that. I like that.
Sweet.
So I gotta mark this. I gotta put this parlay through. All right, $5 on Amari Cooper, Justin Jefferson, and Terry McLaurin. Where is it? Justin Jefferson. Now where are those Commanders at? Terry McLaurin. Book it. $5 for $55. Tell your friends. All right, now
Sensational.
I gotta put in the other parlay as well, or not a parlay, but a straight bet. Rams -7. Well, does that game doesn't start till 4, does it?
That game doesn't start till 4. Yeah.
Okay, word. And Colts,
Appears.
Dolphins starts at 1, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Tight.
I don't know where you got it from. I don't care what color it is. Just keep bringing me more of that. All right. Alec Pierce. Dude, that's such a lock. Alec Pierce over 24.5.
I took it.
Oh, it's actually down
Let's
to over
go.
23.5.
Oh. Based on what they're doing. Vegas ain't ready for this.
All right, I gotta deposit this money into FanDuel real quick. Oh wait, I've got it on the There we go. That looks better.
This is the most bets I've had on one day in a long time. I probably put like 25 down across like 6 or 7 bets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bets.
Dang.
We'll take it. We'll see. We're going to hit all of them.
Hell yeah. All right. Just got those bets in.
Back to the picks.
Yes,
If
sir.
y'all are ready.
Indeed. We got
Red
past
zone
all...
timer at 2 minutes 33 seconds and counting.
Oh,
yeah.
All right. Rapid fire. Rapid fire. We might just straight up skip analysis for these last couple. Raiders, Rams. Do we like the Rams or the Raiders?
Rams. Give me the Rams.
Rams, yeah.
Yep,
Give-
Rams all
give me
around.
The Rams.
Rams. I gotta jot this down. All right. Next up, who we got? Commanders.
Washington, get it out of
Commanders.
the screen.
Yeah, Commanders. That one.
Oh, this is a
pretty
fun one
easy.
right here.
I got Chiefs, but I have 2 games of the week, in my opinion. This is one of them. I love every time we play the 49ers. I love it more when we win, but I have this as one of my games of the week. I can see this being a tight end off. I can see Kelsey finally having his little resurgence, and George Kittle has just been very solid this season. And the Chiefs have as I said, the Chiefs have let tight ends walk all over them. So I have this good game. Chiefs come out on top.
I like it.
Man, first time we differed, Trey. I got Niners in this one. I've got
Yeah.
San Fran coming out with the win here. I know Andy Reid's off the bye, but I'm not doing
I
it.
didn't even think about that, but Andy Reid off the bye is scary
Well,
stuff for other
I'm
teams.
picking against them. They had extra week they had extra day to prepare because they had Thursday night. So
Yep.
I'm rolling San Fran.
I have San Fran as well. I just think
Okay.
they're.
I don't hate that. Of course, I'm going to be biased, but
Yeah.
go ahead, Jeff.
I was about to talk about why I think San Fran's gonna win, but honestly, we should just fly through these. Jets, Steelers. You know who I got.
And you know who I got.
Yep. All right, I got the Jets. Phil's got the Steelers. Who you like in this, Trey?
This one's tough. I have this as not my game of the week, but my closest game of the week. I think this is going to be easily a 1-score, 1-possession game, maybe within a field goal, maybe within a couple points.
I'll take.
I didn't write this one down before, so I'm going to have to go with the Jets. I
Let's
think they're going to
go.
be super excited to get Devontae active. I think the Russell Wilson thing may bite him in the ass. I can see Russell Wilson coming in and playing amazing. Do I think that's going to happen? I think there's like a 40% chance that happens. So I'm not super high on the Jets, but I think I'm taking the Jets over the Steelers. I need Najee Harris more. I'm a big Najee Harris fan. His production has been garbage. I don't think he's being utilized right. I don't think that changes today. Give me the Jets.
He's got the patience of Le'Veon Bell and the speed of Eddie Lacy on the Seahawks.
Yeah, dude, I was about to say, yeah, speed. He's got the speed of meat.
All right, last two. We got.
Wait, who y'all got for that? Oh, y'all taking
yeah.
Jets and Steelers respectively?
Yep.
Yes,
Fair,
indeed.
fair.
All right, now we got Ravens Bucks. This is another banger, a rare Monday night great game.
This and the Chiefs game are my games of the week. I had this one rated a little bit higher than it, but the bias from the Chiefs evened it out. I think this is going to be a sensational game. I'm expecting big things from everyone. I have the Bucks barely. I'm not for sure on that. I do like the Mark Andrews making history stat. I do think that will happen. But Baker Mayfield's just been proving me wrong all season. I think he's going to do it again today.
I like it. It's a good thought. Phil, what you think?
Who'd you take, Trey? I'm sorry.
I took the Bucks.
Bucks. Ooh, we're different again. I got Baltimore in this. Baltimore's got such a good running game. I that's all I got to say. I think Baltimore's playing at a high level. I think Lamar gets the win on Monday night.
Yep, I can see it happening.
It's 2-4-2 squads, and traditionally, you would think, or I guess not. Traditionally might not be the word, but if you're thinking like, I don't know, like if this was last year, I would be like, oh, if both teams are 4-2, the Ravens will just cook them, and the Bucks jumped out to an early solid record by coincidence or who they were playing. I like Tampa in this one. I think that Baker, the Bucks are feeling themselves, man. They dropped 51
Yeah.
last week.
It's a different energy.
Mm-hmm. Baker Mayfield is so fun to watch. After every scramble last week, he was talking trash to the defenders. Like it was just sweet.
But he's finally backing it up. That's my thing.
right.
Of he was all talk, and now he's got that bite, and it's like, okay, that's a full-grown dog. Like that's fire.
Yeah, he finally got it. All right, last one. We got Chargers Cardinals. Trey, who you got?
Give me. I'm excited. I'm excited for the Justin Herbert resurgence. As I said earlier, I need it this year. If I'm ever gonna get it, I'm gonna hop off the train after that. But that will not be today. Give me Kyler Murray and the Cardinals. Give me Marvin Harrison Jr. Give me a bunch of short, speedy motherfuckers throwing balls on the field, high scoring. I think they're gonna light the Chargers up. I think it's gonna look good on paper. Feel good, maybe throw a couple interceptions, but I don't see the Chargers doing much. Give me Arizona all day. It just feels right. The color scheme, red, always I like the way these two teams look on the field playing against each other, and I just don't think Justin Herbert will live up to my own hype I've created for him.
I agree. Also, Joey Bosa, doubtful. The fact what? You're just what's up? What
I
happened?
just put on red zone and dude, Bengals scored on a kickoff return. Oh
Dude, did
my
you see that?
god!
Oh my god!
Dude, that was crazy.
Oh, that was a crazy return, tiptoeing down the sideline.
Wow,
Dude,
I gotta throw that on.
celebrating. I thought they got a good stop or something. They may be calling him out at the one, but that was nasty.
Dude, I think he got in. I had him.
He did. That was sexy. That was sexy. That was a nice little dive.
I gotta find this.
I got Arizona as well, beating the Chargers on Monday. I need some Kyler Murray, Marvin. I got Arizona.
All right, Arizona
beat it.
all around. I have Arizona as well. Joey Bosa being doubtful. It's like Joey Bosa's a beast, but even if he plays, he's going to be dealing with that injury. Cardinals, they're coming up. I stick with my idea. I feel like I've been saying this every week that the Cardinals have been below 500. They are better than their record shows, man.
They're always better. It's Kyler Murray. It's weird. I'm big on Kyler Murray still, but he just either launches it 80 yards in one of the most perfect touchdown passes you've ever seen, or launches it 80 yards to 3 defenders. Like, I don't know if it's the height thing. I love the way he scrambles around. I'm big on Kyler Murray. I just think his decision-making is what costs them games.
Yeah. I remember Kyler Murray, when he plays bad, he can play bad. I remember that playoff game. I think it was the year that the Cardinals started 7-0. I think it was 2021, where they played the Rams. And Aaron Donald was literally eating this guy alive. I had never seen a defensive line get more in a quarterback's head than that game. His height was totally a factor in that. In Kyler Murray's, his lack of height. Passes were getting batted down. He was just running to not get sacked. It was to a point where he wasn't even looking around the field for receivers.
Yeah, he was just trying to survive.
Yeah.
Right.
Crazy. But yeah, give me Arizona in this one. And yeah, that's all the picks.
That's the locks.
That's the
Who
show.
I've been really disappointed in this season is the Saints. I saw their first 2 games and I bought into the hype immediately. I was like, damn, these people are moving out. Alvin Kamara's looking like primetime Kamara. And ever since that, they just kind of shit the bed, and I've been very disappointed in it.
Yeah, man. Poor Saints fans for real, because they started out 2-0. And obviously they were outscoring opponents 93-29, which is freaking insane. And now for a couple
Houston
weeks,
just picked off Jordan Love.
Oh, who did I take?
God, those
I took
those
Kirk
Green
Cousins.
Bay jerseys are nasty.
Nasty
They're nice,
good?
dude.
Oh,
Nasty good,
The
nasty
white
good,
helmets,
crispy
dude.
crisp.
Oh my gosh.
Dude,
I gotta
yeah,
check this
all
out.
white. I didn't even know who they. I read it.
it's
I
a
was like
whiteout
Green
game.
Bay.
All the
But
Packers fans are wearing white jerseys too. Like
That's
it's like I think
sick.
Minnesota.
it's like a
did this
whiteout. That is sick.
That looks awesome.
I gotta throw this up. All right.
Those are
Should we
all the
wrap
right
up?
picks.
Any parting
Yeah,
messages?
Let me run back through. Did you wanna?
I appreciate y'all having me on the show. I
Yes.
will be back with a undefeated pick record
Love
if
it.
the boys will have me. But shout
Oh,
out
for
Prime
sure.
Time Tap and Phil. I will link y'all in my stream, whether I stream later or tomorrow. I will shout out the channel for sure. I appreciate the
Appreciate you coming
invite.
on.
That was fun.
Yeah, man. Thank you for coming on. You freaking killed it. It was super fun time. Honestly, I think the best episode and my favorite episode. Yeah, this one was fun. It's so fun with 3 people.
Y'all doing good stuff. This is good stuff. It's
Heck
also
yeah.
it's also good. Like
Y'all actually I love the slides. I love the fun facts and shit y'all have on the side. Y'all are doing good stuff. I like it, Tiff.
Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it.
Phil is like a freaking encyclopedia of NFL knowledge, man.
I feel
He-
like having Phil right above me, it's like, let's check it with Gene some in New York. And he's like, well, Joey Bosa is doubtful. And last time he played as doubtful, he had 37.8% pressures. It's just nice. My boy has all the facts. I love it.
Yeah,
Y'all
bro,
put,
it's
actual work into it.
It's
I'm in
freaking
my
sweet.
bag.
he's in that
He is.
bag.
Yeah, but it's so cool because this really feels like something like it doesn't. I'll have these other endeavors that I've done before, and it's like you can see the cliff approaching, and with this, it's kind of like we hold each other accountable, and it doesn't.
Well, it's also just it's fun. It's
Yeah.
that's how I feel with my stream of sometimes I have 8 to 10 people in there and I'm like, oh yeah, that's awesome. And sometimes it's me talking to myself for 2 hours.
But I'm still playing video games at the end of the day. And here at the end of the day, you're still talking about football. So you garner the crowd as you're still enjoying it. Then you don't feel pressured to oh fuck, I have to talk about football on a Sunday.
yeah,
Sorry,
exactly.
but no one who likes football is complaining about that.
For
That's all
real.
we want to do.
Mhm.
For real, it makes the season more special. Kind of makes me feel like a kid again, honestly.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, boy.
What? All right.
Fire show though.
Thank you for coming on, man. We will definitely
sir.
have you on another time. This is sort of a back of the mind type goal, but we want to have a guest on for every episode for the rest of the season if we can. Or almost everyone. Next week we've got Harry's dad coming on. And then the week after that we got Diamond's friend Nate coming on. And we were talking
Fire.
we were talking to these other guys that do YouTube. They've got a little over 100 subscribers, and we were emailing back and forth. They were, I don't know, we got to figure it out with them. We're trying to get them to come on too,
I
but
hope that works out. Hell yeah.
appreciate it,
Yeah,
man.
that would be sick.
And we are not opposed to repeat guests in the slightest. We will
will
have
be
you
back.
on again for
We'll
sure.
be back.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome.
But alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. May all of your parlays hit. Oh, and don't forget, if you are really vibing with what we got going on, we've got all these social medias. Send us an email.
Yeah.
Watch our YouTube. And honestly, the one that I care about the most, well, join the Discord. Subscribe. Discord it's popping in Discord, man. We've got gaming. We've got obviously sports, music stuff, honestly everything. It's like a blanket environment. to
It's
connect with
prime
people.
time.
It's prime
It's
time.
prime time. It's prime time.
You gotta be ready for prime time. How are you not gonna be ready? Well, all right, I gotta watch these football games. I gotta get out to Rochester so I can watch the Jets beat the Steelers with Philip White in real time.
Yeah, sorry. That's not happening, Steve. Russell Wilson, Mr. Unlimited. Unlimited.
Unlimited pool.
Unlimited.
Unlimited.
Unlimited diarrhea.
It's crazy. That's a real video. Like,
Dude, the worst
Unlimited
one is his commercial where he's like, "You want to try my sandwich? It's the Danger Witch. It's dangerous." And oh my god, dude! Y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna send a link in the
is it the
Discord if you
Subway
don't,
ad?
because This cringe needs to be watched.
Word. I think, is that in a Subway ad? I feel like I've seen that before. Like
Yeah,
once.
it's where he did a bunch of ads for Subway.
It's-
New danger would
oh wait,
say
yeah, I
it.
can't open.
They're incredible.
Dude, it's creepy. It's
Dude, I am hyped for these games.
I am too.
Are
I'm
y'all
ready.
staying on Discord after this and watching them, or are y'all hanging out?
I gotta go do laundry and then I'll be back to watch them. I gotta get some clothes in the dryer and washer and all that stuff, and then I'll be right back to keep watching.
Yeah, I am gonna close the stream, and then I think I'm gonna drive straight out to Rochester.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
fire.
All right.
Well, I appreciate y'all having me on. Good luck with all the parlays and everything. I will talk to y'all soon. Bucket Man out.
Yes,
Go follow the
sir.
Twitch.
Yes, sir. Bucket Made on Twitch.
Go Bucket Man.
Good luck with all your parlays. They're all gonna hit. We're gonna be millionaires.
Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, fellas. Thank you for watching. Have a splendid day. May all of your parlays hit.